This episode of The Forecast is brought to you by First of the Day. First of the Day's mission is to share the fun-loving spirit captured in the moment of a toast, to provide products that express more than just a slogan, but a celebratory lifestyle. So we're here to celebrate with you, all your firsts. Remember to live in the moment and make every drink your first of the day. Visit first-oftheday.com for more information. It's also being brought to you by One Up Gaming Lab, Metro Detroit's premier entertainment trailer, sporting 6 TVs and a plethora of video games to keep any age group entertained for hours. Visit oneupgaminglab.com for more information. And shouts to Krispy Kreme Clothing. Their mission is to design finely detailed pieces that express their creativity in fashion, culture, morals, and the importance of individuals expressing their true self. Head over to KrispyKremeClothing.com to get fresh with them today. And don't forget to live by the code, a stellar motto from our sponsor H2E, a clothing brand with motivational messages infused with their designs. H2E is short for the empowering lifeline, hard is too easy. Head to H2Eapparel.com and remember, live by the code. But wait, while you getting crispy with our clothing sponsors, don't forget about your wrists. Our sponsor WristWorks has a crazy inventory of designs, and if none of those catch your attention, they can create something custom fit for you. Quality parts, quality design, and quality people. Make your wrist dope. Get you some wrist work. Head to _WristWorks on Instagram for all inventory and all orders. That's our sponsors, man. Now let's start the show.
You're listening to the Podcast Detroit Network. Visit www.podcastdetroit.com for more information.
Yeah, it's so weird, but the forecast is here.
Yes, we are here.
We back.
Mad Mouse, fresh ass Deuce.
Rudeness all day, every day. 2 syllables. You already know rudeness.
Wow, that sounds so weird without having the music in the background. But right. Yeah, I know it's your girl Nelly Nail in the building. And then we have a special guest.
Special guest.
Go ahead, bro.
50 BARZ 50 bars. You know what it is. Drama Free Entertainment. Let's get it.
He just spelled it out like.
Listen, we gonna have to really be animated.
What
No
if people
sound
can't
bar,
spell?
no music. I can't rap this episode.
Yeah, this episode is real somber.
We might have to do a beatbox for you.
We might have to go crazy for real.
This episode is real somber. Like we got, it's like somebody just passed away. Like God, knock on wood. We ain't got no intro. We ain't got nothing, man. So we got to
step it up as a team. Period.
I felt that the start of this was real anticlimactic. I
usually be so hype on this part.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I was usually freestyle at the beginning and everything. My bad. I'm eating a cookie, y'all.
Oh yeah, shout out to 50 Bars for bringing our gifts in. You feel me? We got some good cookies from Subway,
and they do got some good cookies.
And we talking about Subway later on.
Hey, let this be a motto for all of our future guests. You know what I'm saying? We like food. You know, if you don't know what to bring or if you don't think that you should bring anything, bring some food.
I can bring a bottle in here too.
You. Oh yeah, most definitely. That first. That's
food, drink, shirts, whatever.
Oh, most definitely.
That was a little. Hey, give me a second. I'll be back. Charnel, you can go ahead and start.
Whoa! Let me jump into the.
Oh, go ahead.
Hold on. First of all, go ahead, Charnel, because I'm still eating my cookie.
Yeah.
Forgive me.
Okay. So, are we going into the mental health segment?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So, I have been selected to do this segment, which I feel honored to do so because I love having this conversation. For those that don't know, I do have a blog by the name of Dear Self Care. I have been slacking on writing content, but that's something that's near and dear to my heart. And pretty much we just focus on Black mental health and the importance of self-care, just because the conversation is normally not held within our community, and that's something that needs to be normalized. And today we just pretty much just want to do a mental health check-in with everybody, see how everyone's doing. And yeah, so far as for me, for the month of October, I have challenged myself to do a cleanse from toxic people and situations.
Ooh, I need to do that.
And when I tell you, it's interesting to do so because when you put yourself in like an isolated situation, you start to notice how much you are consumed with toxic individuals and situations.
Is it just cutting off, not cutting off? Is it just, distancing yourself from certain people, toxic people, or is it distancing or just becoming like from everybody and just
from
using that
everybody, and
clarification.
then allowing yourself to pretty much notice it, you know?
Okay.
So I was writing my journal the other day, like, wow, my life has been kind of boring because I'm not so consumed with negative or toxic people. It makes you put a lot of
that's
things
a
in
good thing, though.
perspective. Yes, it is a great thing. So it just makes you realize how much you put into things that shouldn't. Like, I have so much more time on my hands that I can do different things versus just always in these conversations that are about negative things and stuff of that
Get it
nature.
together. Get it
It's the
together.
table.
I think that's
It's
50,
the
man.
table. No,
So
the
50
engineer
knocking
went
shit over.
crazy too.
yeah.
Okay.
So that's pretty much what I've been trying to do.
Do you think that it's more so like what if people are the type that when they get alone or don't have like basically what are some outlets that people use? Because I do think it's a good idea to kind of like, you know, get to yourself, try to, you know, reevaluate yourself. But what are some options if they can't necessarily communicate with an individual? Like, should you like get a journal or like what should you do?
Yeah, because I definitely have a hard time with like expressing myself to people, especially if they are in a problem to me. So I pretty much just journal. I have 2 separate journals. I have a happy journal and I have a journal where I just let out like all my feelings and emotions. I do it when I'm at work if I get really overwhelmed. Definitely journaling, working out is really, really good just because you put your headphones in, you turn into Michael Phelps when he was ready to go in his pool and you just get in the zone and you're working out all that stress. Also, long hot showers. People don't understand how.
Man, I sit in the shower for
man.
Shit,
And I saw
45 to an hour if I can.
Yes, and I saw this picture on Pinterest, and it was like when you're taking your shower, as if you're like when you're washing your body weight. Think of it as the stress, the anxiety, the day, the negative people you're washing, and it's going down the drain. And when you get out the shower, you're just a new person.
And what about singing in the shower? 'Cause I'm Trey Songz in that.
No,
bitch. I
that's
swear.
good, too.
Everything. I'll be in there
listen.
going so crazy.
That's good
I
as
be in that
well.
bitch tank.
Give us a sample.
I be putting on soap,
Yeah.
rubbing on my shoulders.
Not in the shower right now. I'm David Ruffin.
Go ahead, man. There's some good acoustics in here.
I'm
man.
Eddie Kane in
There's some
that
good
bitch.
acoustics in
Okay,
here.
or even when you're doing like those late night drives.
Oh yeah.
With the good music
Oh yeah, them my
playlist.
shits. I don't like driving, but them late night drives do be, especially with the right, like you said, with the right music. Just cruise up. Like I probably do like circle around the block a good 5 times, just slow rolling, or you know I ain't gonna hit Royal Low because the boys out and my tags ain't all that great. But that's another story. You know what I'm saying? We gonna keep it moving, but I do agree with you. You know what I'm saying? Them
And
late
a
night drives work.
great Netflix
So
show.
hold on. So we on toxic people, right? Mm-hmm. Are we talking about family, work?
Everything. Because
A little above.
yeah, all of the above. Because, you know, and that's another thing, too, I had wrote in my journal. A lot of people don't even know they bring toxic energy. They just think they're just being themselves. Like, in that, and sometimes you can be toxic to them as well. And
That's
you don't
true.
know it.
But what if people are like toxic to themselves and not necessarily aware of it? Because, for example, if you are giving off bad energy or, you know, kind of not necessarily snapping at people, but you cutting people short, but you're like unaware of it. You just think, you know, you just going through a bad day. So you thinking, you know, you good, but everybody else like, damn, she give me short. She ain't talk to me. She ain't say hi like she usually do. She ain't do that. And in turn, people kind of feed off that and like, okay, well, I ain't gonna speak to her for the rest of the day. So that got, you know, that individual thinking like, damn, ain't nobody gonna talk to me today. Everybody, you know, people been giving me the wrong eye. When in turn, it was your energy that got them feeling that way.
Yeah.
So it's like they people like they're being aware of your own toxicity. Is that a word?
It's
No.
I
pretty.
don't think so.
Listen, y'all not about to
What
judge
is-
toxicity. First of all, y'all got me fucked
I
up.
think
I'm
that
about
is a
to
word.
for sure about to
Squarehead.
I
Google
think
it.
toxicity-
All right.
I said too many.
Words of friends.
But I will say that that's when you have to practice mindfulness.
Crack Diesel is in the building.
Hey.
Diesel is definitely in the building.
Burn, 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 burn.
Right. We need that Shane McMahon music for sure.
Damn.
We definitely need that Shane McMahon music.
Oh,
you didn't know?
I will be the soundboard. We gonna be the soundboards.
Well, I better call somebody. But no, but yeah.
Charnel was about to say something. Though.
Yeah, she was.
No, it was pretty much just saying like practicing mindfulness, being mindful of how your behaviors can trickle down on other people in a sense.
So 50 bars. You don't work with multiple people throughout the state.
Yep.
Wait. Are we jumping into that?
No, I was about to ask.
Oh, you on the
about
same topic?
toxic
Oh, okay,
people
okay,
We're
that
okay.
doing a mental health
he
check.
has
I was about
worked
to say,
with.
let's go ahead.
Yep.
you ain't going.
That's it.
That's it. You ain't gonna get it?
Well, I mean, what you asked me, you sounded like you was about to ask a question.
What's the best way to avoid toxic situations while working with someone?
In business.
So everybody has different approaches. I'm all about the bottom line is, as far as the dollar when I work with people. So I'm typically the type of person that's just going, if I see you acting a certain kind of way, I'm going to get through that situation, get through that business situation, and just treat you accordingly moving forward. You know what I'm saying? Because the money got to be made regardless, right? So especially if you're talking business. So how I feel or how you feel has nothing to do with this cheese that I got put up right now. So I typically just work through it. I work with some people that had dominant personalities that cause conflict. And I mean, sometimes that's not a bad thing. To be totally honest, this might sound crazy. Sometimes toxic people not a bad thing, or what you consider to be toxic, because sometimes people just consider it to be toxic because that person's not like you. And it's a difference between being toxic and having a difference of opinion.
In the social
That's
sense.
true.
Where's the church organ? We need a church organ. I need
That's
to get
true.
this started.
And learning
man.
how, and I feel like you made a good point. Having those people around is also sometimes beneficial because it teaches you a lot about yourself of what you can take. And honestly, y'all, I took a lot, and I think I just reached my breaking point. So
50 broke cookies!
Go ahead, Crack. Shout yourself out one time, man. Let them know you was late too.
Y'all know I'm always late. It's just a forecast being a forecast. You know what I'm
You
saying?
hear me?
I apologize to our guest 50 bars. You know what I'm saying? Hey, you know what I'm saying? Crack D's got to do Crack D's. I'm sorry.
You know, my man. Crack always got to make an entrance, man. I'm mad we ain't got the music for him. But no, I agree with 50 and Charnel. It does go both ways. Toxic people may seem toxic to you, but, blessings come in disguise, man. That toxic person could be setting you up, or building your tolerance up, for future. You may come across an individual, and if you didn't have that toxic situation in the past, you just flip the fuck out and you wouldn't know how to handle certain situations. But because you went through that experience with, whatever persons or persons, then you do have, the ability to kind of weather whatever storm moving forward. So I do agree. That's good. People, persons. I like persons. Y'all, first of all, y'all not about to come at my wordplay. Like, I'm just not out here fluid with the vocabulary.
Next time I'm going to bring a dictionary.
Toxicity. bring what you call that?
Bring that book here, boy.
Yeah, the swords, all that.
Bring them syllables.
Toxicity and
Let's do it.
persons.
Craig Diesel.
What's
Before we move on, anything on toxic people?
Stay away from them. You know what I'm saying?
It's not
the
that
main-
simple,
No,
but
I think
It may
the
be
main
that
thing,
simple.
it might be.
Yeah.
I think the main thing is like knowing what you would tolerate, as a person, and what works with you. And I think, just for the time that I've been here, I think we all been kind of getting at that. Like, sometimes it's just about what's going to work for you. Certain things that come off toxic for one person aren't necessarily, across the board. So, basically, I'm on board with y'all. I ain't got much to add to that.
Damn, I wanted to argue.
And to end
Not on this one. We
the
go argue
we
later
ain't
for
gonna
sure. We got
and
some shit
just
later.
to end the mental health segment, I just really encourage people to learn how to be alone. Like, it's okay to sometimes just be like, you know what? I just can't today. I can't people today. That's what I always say to people. I can't people today. And it's okay to do that and stand in your truth when you do so. So just throwing that out there.
Yes.
And that is Nelly Nails mental health.
I like that segment. That got me thinking about my inner
So
tolerance and shit.
we forgot to shout out our sponsors.
Yes, we didn't forget. We will never forget. I was just waiting on Nelly Nail to finish her topic. You forgot.
I want to shout out first of the day. We are drinking and pouring up in these cups and shot
definitely.
glasses.
He's loyal.
Today is actually the first time I've actually drunken out of a first of the day cup. I thought y'all was kind of, I'm gonna be honest. I thought y'all was like overhyping and shit, but this cup is actually pretty legit.
No, it's
It
fire.
has a nice mouth and a lip that
Whoa.
catches the liquid
Oh, my.
and pours it into my mouth.
Wow.
We just want to shout that out for the first of the
my.
day for the
doing out here?
for the good beverage.
And that cup is really good for like tailgating.
Oh yeah,
mouth
he
lip
did. He did our our tailgate cups. You know what I'm saying?
Those are really good tailgating cups.
They are.
H2E, what up? Shout out to H2E.
H2E. First, definitely shout out to H2E because I like my shirt. Contrary to what you guys shit y'all was on, but yeah, I definitely.
I mean, we're here. Some people be honest about things. It's okay. You know,
I like my shirt. Shit. What y'all talking about?
Shout out to them.
Honestly,
Shout
I
out
have
to
a new
H2E.
workout shirt, so I mean, I like
Shout them
that.
out, Nelly Nail.
Yeah,
Shout out to
I definitely
H2E.
took one home, so appreciate it.
Krispy Kreme.
Definitely shout out to Krispy Kreme.
I'm gonna
yo.
let you go ahead and shout them out.
Shout out to Krispy Kreme. Those shirts,
Fire.
fire.
Yeah.
I
We
like
waiting
how I
for
feel.
more.
Got that royal blue on deck.
Wait till I can take
Yeah.
my selfie in my shit though.
Waiting on more. I really want a hat. I be stealing Emil hats because I love how he distressed his hat.
Shout out to Emil.
I wore my shit. I wore my Krispy Kreme shit the
His
other day
clothes
to the
my
store,
clothes.
and all the East Side chicks just was on my head, like, "Oh my god, look at your shirt," and I'm like, "Okay."
Some rats.
What up, Jay?
It was from the East Side for sure. So shout out to Krispy Kreme.
All right, let's go, man. Let's get this argument started. So the NBA is
This argument
starting.
started. Man, it's a
Thank
lot of
October
bullshit.
16th.
God, and it's already
Almost
fired.
Fire.
It is.
Yeah, baby.
Nelly Nail, like, I don't want to talk about
No,
basketball.
I do because me and Emil went to the game on Monday.
Okay, look, shout out to
But we end
Date
up leaving. We end up leaving because he was bored. And I got bored.
Who they play?
too. They played Brooklyn Nets.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
that's
see, you was
a
paying
boring game.
Shout out to E trying to get them tickets away and nobody wanted them.
We had took
He
them.
found him on his
He
windshield.
couldn't even. He could, boy. He
We
couldn't
was
get 'em
like-
to nobody.
Free date night. Hell yeah, we gonna take them. But I'm definitely gonna get E a baby gift for his newborn.
Shout out to E for trying to be a good brother. Give us some better tickets though, bro.
It's a lot of. Hey man, they free, so beggars
They
can't be
was
choosers.
free.
No.
man.
And you know what me and Emil did? We
Went
had
to the
sat
front.
down, and then when everybody started walking away, the guards, we just started easing our
Y'all
way
be
down.
finessing, man.
Yeah,
I ain't know.
hey,
That's how
I've
they
I've
get
been
it.
doing that
Hey,
since the Silver Dome.
Exactly.
It's the preseason,
So-
man.
I've been doing that since the Silver Dome. I
It's the
swear.
preseason.
As long as I'm in the building, I got a front row.
So
seat.
I love the little ticket.
I'm gonna start with
I
Crack D's and we gonna move around.
Expectations.
We
Yo.
need 2 picks, one West, one East. Go.
Oh, they got to be the Celtics and the Warriors, bro.
Two favorites.
Y'all about to argue with me. I already know it.
Easy.
No,
Okay.
I'm-
50.
Man, this is
Bars.
gonna be tough.
Don't say no bullshit.
I actually think the Raptors and the Warriors.
Oh my god, the Raptors and the Warriors.
The Raptors and
They
the
ain't even
Warriors.
did nothing yet.
They got it though. I ain't just gonna say they don't, but go ahead, Nelly Nail.
I
They
say-
shut it down.
This is hard because for West, of course, I'm gonna say the Warriors just because of who they are. But y'all know
Needed the
LeBron.
soundboard. Right.
But y'all know LeBron is my cousin, so I'm a LeBron fan. So wherever
fuck
LeBron
Brown.
go, that's where I go. So
Wow, you be traveling.
We
a lot.
don't want you over here, big fella.
You got frequent flyer miles with Brian for sure.
But go ahead, bro.
and far as my East, ooh, that's a good one. I don't know yet.
Go with the hometown Celtics or the Pistons.
You right. I'll say Celtics.
Okay,
Cool.
Because I
I'm
don't know
gonna let
about the
y'all.
Pistons just yet. I
Let me
don't
tell y'all, I'm a fan of basketball, man. Me being a fan of basketball.
Lord.
Team I got
for
coming out the
All-Star.
West. Well, my favorite team in the West is the Pelicans, only because my favorite player is AD.
Davis.
You know what I'm saying? All day, the best player in the world. But
who?
realistically, the team I got coming out the West, obviously, is Golden State. And that's just being, they got a monster squad. The East, I honestly think or believe it's going to be Boston. But I don't know. I think the Bucks might undercut some people, man.
Bucks?
The
The Milwaukee Bucks?
Yeah. No, the Southside Bucks.
It had to be.
I'm telling y'all, Antetokounmpo
All right.
coming for people's head, man. Y'all
I've been
see
a
him.
Lakers guy forever.
Oh my god.
I've been a Pistons guy forever.
They not making it to the playoffs.
What?
The Pistons?
Who?
No. Well, first of all, the Pistons are making the playoffs, but
Who
that's
not
'cause they
making
in
the
East.
playoffs?
The Lakers.
Oh, you're crazy.
Lakers not making it to the playoffs.
How? So wait, okay, wait. A
I
minute.
disagree.
Name me 8 teams that's gonna go other than.
You want me to start now?
Yes.
Okay. Portland.
No.
What? The Trailblazers not going to the playoffs?
Lakers go get
Lakers
that.
get
And
there before
Dame is
them.
my guy. Go.
Portland. Dallas.
No.
The Mavericks?
Cut your
Are y'all
mic off.
serious?
Cut
What
your
up,
mic
Blake?
off.
What are we talking about?
Man,
we talking about the
okay, listen,
NBA?
bro. I'm getting the Louis
ahead.
Vuitton out the way. The
Go ahead.
Pelicans,
Dirk Nowitzki.
Houston,
Yep.
Golden State,
So the Pelicans without DeMarcus Cousins.
OKC. I'm missing one.
Name me 3 players on Dallas team right now. Go.
Right.
Luka Doncic, whatever his name
Oh,
is.
yeah, that's that hype.
Dennis Smith Jr.
Whatever
No,
his
he's
name
solid. He's solid. Dirk, They still got my man's Harrison, and they got DeAndre Jordan. Man, come on now, they got a squad, bro.
And one person on their
Over
bench.
the Lakers, bro. And I'm not.
Bro,
even
they made it.
Like, what-
They made it to the playoffs last year. Why don't y'all think that they gonna make it to
It's
the
a
playoffs
new
this year?
but I'm hip.
Bro, like
All right, so
the
listen.
teams are different.
I'm
Like,
rocking
it's
with the
different.
Pistons.
Not that well. The Lakers team is, but
The
the
Pistons
Dallas
gonna
got better.
snatch up Jimmy Butler.
I hope not. We don't need that type of. We don't need that type of.
Yes,
Actually,
we
you
do.
don't need that energy.
Nah.
Need all that.
We don't need that.
Need
I
that
was
energy.
trying to
I think
watch.
he overrated his shit.
I was trying to watch ESPN last night because I was trying to follow what he did. All I caught was he came back to practice. So what did he do?
Oh, you spaz.
He
He
was
was talking.
he's
Yeah,
trying
he
to
was
get
talking
traded.
crazy.
Okay.
He took the third string squad and beat like the starters. And he was just
Which is
switching
not.
walking in.
Which is not really a tall
Third-
task
Why
because.
it's not?
Why? When
Because
you got
the only
Karl Anthony
person
Towns,
that's the only
Andrew
that's the only
Wiggins,
true superstar in their town.
Teague.
Andrew Wiggins is still trying to
Teague
get
not
good.
cold.
Derrick
Who?
Rose ain't
Teague
better
not
than the
cold?
third string.
No, he lost
Oh
it.
Lord.
No, Jeff Teague is not as cold as he used to be.
He better than that third
He's
string.
better than the
He
third
definitely better. Come on now, he's definitely better than
Who's
the
on
third
there?
string.
string.
Third
Okay,
string,
so this
bro.
is what's going on.
No, obviously nobody.
Jimmy
The
Butler-
only person that's worth mentioning
He told the
is
GM,
Andre and Cat.
Y'all fucking need me.
That was
The
wild.
GM, after he beat the, he told Karl Anthony Towns, "You soft."
He told Andrew
Wiggins,
yeah.
you soft.
He told Andrew Wiggins he was
And
soft.
basically, y'all need to step your game up if y'all want to win.
He told the coach,
and he
told
had
the
an
GM.
interview right after, 3 hours later. So he set it up for
Yeah,
sure.
he confirmed that
Oh,
shit.
yeah.
But you know, he was already asking for a trade before that shit even went down. Everybody knew he didn't want to be in Minnesota. He said he wanted to go to
trying to go to
Miami.
Miami.
Yeah,
How?
he wants to go to Miami.
Wade ain't having that.
Shit, I can't tell. Wade was with it, but I honestly
Until he
think
hit Gabrielle.
Jimmy Butler is not as good of a player that he think he is. Now, is he a good player? Is he an all-star? Of course.
How you know how good you think he is?
Because he
looks like
think
21 Savage.
for you to say to the GM and the coach, y'all need me, y'all need this, that, and the third.
They do.
They
They
do.
do.
No,
What's
they
gonna
don't.
happen when he
facts.
leaves?
No, they
What's
don't.
gonna happen when he leaves?
They're gonna do the same thing. They're gonna get put out the put out the first round? Did
Think
they
they
go
gonna
to the
make-
playoffs?
So that's a
They
team
did
that's
go to
gonna
the
make the
playoffs.
playoffs over LA
They
because
made
they
the
made it
playoffs.
last year. So-
Without Jimmy Butler, probably not.
Okay.
But they're not gonna do much better
so they
with
put
them.
the Lakers on that list then.
No, Lakers still not going to the
Yeah.
playoffs.
How,
You out
bro?
here.
They're not going to
Hey,
the playoffs.
You out here
Based on what? What are you
Maybe
basing
the
You
eight-
trying to have
maybe
a
the
hot
eight
take,
seed.
bro. No,
Maybe
don't
the
do
eight
that.
seed.
You just said they ain't gonna make it.
Okay,
Nah.
they not gonna make it.
Yeah. All right. Hey.
Period.
Listen,
When the
you know
season
who
over.
Rondo is, bro?
Bro, I like Rondo.
Let's
Let's get
Yeah.
that together. I like
Playoff
Rondo.
Rondo.
I like Rondo.
Do you know they got a squad? Like, even if LeBron just
Bro,
chill.
this is the Cavaliers 2.0, bro.
Dog,
No,
this
it's
team
not.
is
This
way
team is
better.
way better.
Who? Oh my god!
And this
what
is-
are we talking about?
I've been rocking with Ingram.
So who is equal to Kevin Love on the Lakers?
Who was equal to him?
Yeah,
They're not.
Who was the number 2
Listen,
option?
they're not
Okay,
the same.
who was the number
kind of
3
team.
option? I didn't say they was the same. I said they're the 2.0.
Listen, Ingram, LeBron.
Right, no. Ingram is still trying to find
Lonzo,
himself. Kuzma is solid.
He's not
Razor.
trying to find himself. He's
Yes,
straight.
he is, bro.
He-
This was his 3rd year. They was comparing
not-
this man to
he's-
KD
That's not-
at one
come
point in
on.
time.
I don't do
man.
the
Bro.
comparison.
Even he said
you
himself
can't-
that
you
he was
can't
never
knock-
he hasn't been comfortable since he's been drafted. He said he's never been comfortable. He has not lived up to his expectations.
because the
Brandon
Lakers wasn't in
Ingram
position.
is
He
not-
got-
his
and
numbers
again,
have improved.
I'm not a
year to year,
LeBron
bro.
fan. I'm gonna keep saying that because it's just like Drake, but he got somebody that can help him get better.
Brandon,
multiple people.
No, Brian don't name one person Brian made better.
Nobody. Like,
Exactly.
But
Wait a second.
Brandon Ingram is not even top 5 player on
So
that
he
team.
didn't make Kyrie Irving better.
No.
What-
Oh my. Whoa. Now we get
Go to
Now we
Kyrie
getting
Irving's
somewhere.
season
Now we getting
prior
somewhere.
to they didn't know what the playoffs looked like.
No.
until
True.
he
No.
played with- so
First of all, okay, hold on.
they went
My thing
from
is LeBron
not
is
making the
gonna give you
playoffs to
30
making the
points.
championship, and he
LeBron-
didn't make that man better.
LeBron did not make Kyrie Irving better. Kyrie Irving won LeBron those championships.
I don't see.
He don't even get
they
there.
helped each other,
Look,
bro.
that's what I was about to say.
They
They
helped
helped
each other.
Like,
He
it's
didn't make
not-
them better.
They didn't
That's
make him-
that's.
I think they
don't feel
both
like
made
they
each
made
other
them
better.
better.
Because Kyrie always been
I
cold.
think
Kyrie
they made
been cold.
they made each other better in different ways for sure.
Having LeBron on your team is going to you're not the
You're
you're
just
not
going
the
to-
focal point no
Yeah,
more.
so you can.
So
relax.
you-
I
That's what I'm
agree.
saying.
It's just like
Having
KD.
LeBron on your team is definitely an upgrade. That I'm not disputing. Having LeBron on your team, definitely. I would say even though I say they wouldn't go into the playoffs, you're going to have LeBron is just the greatest player in the world. Period. And I'm gonna just be realistic. I still think they're going to go to the playoffs, but just being realistic, they might get the 7 or 8 spot. Now, with that being said, LeBron has never in his career made any of his teammates better than what they were before they started playing with him. Ever. You can't name one.
So Kyrie's stats were not better with LeBron than
what's Booby Gibson doing right now? Bro,
Booby Gibson wasn't even doing nothing when he was there.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was.
Bro, he was hitting
He's out of
catch
the
and
league
shoot
now,
threes,
bro.
bro.
He's on Love and Hip Hop, bro.
He was
Hopefully he
shooting
listening
catch
to
and shoot
this.
threes.
He might try to tap in.
You got people that
shout
go
out
over
to
to
Booby
LeBron's
Shout out to
team.
Booby.
Period.
He's a rapper.
You got people that go over to LeBron's
He's a
team
rapper now.
and they stats actually
rapper
go
now.
down. Kevin Love was in MVP talks until he went with Bron.
No,
Kyle
no,
Korver
no,
was
no.
the best 3-point shooter in the league until
Kevin
he went to
Love
play with
was
Bron.
Kevin Love
Jordan
was on
Clarkson-
Minnesota,
Jordan
where
Clarkson
he didn't
went-
have to do anything
Isn't,
but be the best because he was a
feel
rock.
you.
Why he
trash.
can't hoop? Why he can't hoop in
Lonzo, he's
Cleveland
still
like
with
that?
Lakers, right?
Yeah, he
Because
injured right now, though.
playing in Minnesota and
injured.
being the focal point and being the number one option and not making the playoffs, which they was doing, is different from going.
It's
going
very
to
easy to
Cleveland
ball
and
when you
then
ain't got no
being-
But
expectations.
that's not really.
Right.
That's not really. You said what?
It's very easy to ball when you ain't got no
KD
expectations.
looks so stress free
Right.
with the Warriors.
You saying he didn't have no expectations in
when he was
Minnesota?
in Minnesota, 100%.
He did. How you not have any expectations?
Bro,
You're
they
the
never
number one-
made the playoffs.
You're the number one.
Nah,
First of all,
bro.
you're the number one player on your
They
team. How
never
you don't
made
have
the
no
playoffs.
expectations?
he was living his best life there, bro.
Yeah, he-
Nobody
he
putting up double doubles every night.
So
Like,
you're the
20 to
main.
10.
You're the best player on your team, and you don't have any expectations.
No, because
No,
they don't
they were
expect
trash.
He was
you.
already going crazy.
Okay.
That's what
Why?
I'm saying.
Can I
Like,
say something?
it's
Why
easy to
every
do that.
time we have
So
a
LeBron don't
every
never
time
have
we
no
have an
expectations.
argument, it's always him on the other side.
Because LeBron don't never have no
I'm just
expectations,
kidding.
right?
It
LeBron
do
don't have no
most of the time.
expectations,
Most of the
so he cannot
time.
make it to the playoffs and not get ridiculed, right? That's what y'all
Oh,
saying.
he's going to get destroyed.
No,
Okay, then. So what y'all mean? The best player on the team.
I'm saying on Minnesota.
expectations.
No, we're
Hey,
talking about the
Minnesota,
team.
bro.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
That's just like
it's-
when Chris Bosh played for the Raptors.
Yeah,
There was
like,
no
it's a-
expectations.
it's the
Like,
same as actually-
they don't expect
How
him
is
to
it
get
not
the
no
team.
expectation for you to play good and you're the best player on your team?
You're speaking of like an owner or a GM. There are expectations as far as that, but as far as fans, I don't feel like those people are having high expectations
For the
on
team.
certain teams like Dirk.
Yeah,
Don't
like-
nobody expect Dirk to win a championship with this Dallas team for real.
First of all,
That's not
Dirk
a
right now is
basketball
not the best
city.
player on his team. Let's just get
But
that.
I'm just
That
saying,
too. Yeah.
even then when he was there, like at his peak, nobody expected Dirk to win the championship.
But he still had expectations to lead his. When y'all saying no expectations, that's a vague. That's a
I
vague
get what you're
statement.
saying,
Listen,
but I just disagree. a little
LeBron
bit.
could be playing with 4 dumpsters. And if he don't make it
Like
to
he
the
was doing
playoffs-
last year.
and
Go ahead.
but the expectation is LeBron equals championship. It was never
Right.
Chris
So the-
Bosh equal
Right,
championship.
Exactly.
or
So
they
the
don't have
best
the pressure.
Kevin
No,
Love.
So
they don't have the
again,
same
the
pressure on
best
them.
player on that team has expectations.
So why don't
just
y'all feel
reiterated
like
what I'm saying.
Wade
No,
made
he
them
said
better
something
though?
completely-
Huh?
Why don't y'all feel like Wade made Bosh and LeBron better? Because they couldn't win the shit.
did.
with
First
all
of all, D Wade won a championship before they even got there. Let's just
But
get
he
that.
had
That's what I'm
Shaq
saying.
too.
Yeah, Shaq.
He
barely.
had the
Come on,
best
like that's what I'm
Barely.
saying. It don't matter if you had the best Shaq. He had like a pretty
He had a
top
pretty-
tier.
He had a
Shaq.
good team. He had a good team
Shaq-
overall.
No,
Shaq
he
came
didn't.
over there.
Haslam.
No, he didn't
Like-
have. He didn't have. Well, he
did
had
have
a
a good
solid
team.
team.
You can't throw Udonis
He had a
Haslam.
solid
No,
team.
bro. Hey, you always kick it out to him.
No, I fuck with Haslam.
Udonis Haslam was the
Haslam
X
was Draymond before Draymond.
No,
for
he-
real.
that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
he
Like he was
was.
at
Udonis Haslam was the
Hit me.
X factor, but outside of Shaq, compared to all these teams winning championships now, D Wade won a championship with a team full of bologna sandwiches.
Come on,
No,
bro.
they
No, they
didn't.
didn't.
Who
else
They was
other than
going,
Shaq?
Not
bro.
at all.
Do
They
you
had
remember
Shaq
what they was
and
doing to
Alonzo
the
Mourning.
Pistons?
Who was
Like
doing anything
they
My
for the
question
Pistons?
is, first of all, Alonzo was washed. He was still
No,
kind of
he was
holding it down on the
defensive,
defensive.
bro.
On the defensive end, maybe.
That's all you need.
Yeah, that's
It's
what
the
he
role.
does. That's what he does.
Okay, who else besides them two? And they wasn't even all stars. Well, maybe Shaq was, but outside of them two.
I don't know, but
Exactly.
speaking of garbage and trash,
Y'all just reiterated my
J.R.
statement.
Smith and Marcus Smart got into a little altercation, and
First of all,
J.R. basically said, "What did he say?"
JR just mad about that Supreme tattoo. That's what he mad about.
What did J.R. say? I'm tripping. He basically was saying Marcus Smart just does the
He flop a
most.
lot,
He
yeah.
flop a lot, and he says he's just very extra. He really don't want no smoke. But I think Marcus Smart might whoop dog ass.
Yeah, Marcus Smart look like he don't got nothing to lose.
Yeah,
let me tell y'all,
he got that look.
He
Marcus
probably
Smart
don't.
been knocking niggas out since college, bro. Like
Marcus Smart look
Marcus
like
Smart
he
is
got a
ranking.
dry eraser tattoo somewhere on his body.
But playing devil's advocate though, J.R. is about that life.
He
though.
used
Like,
to
that's
play
not being-
breaks with the pencils for sure, going crazy in elementary.
Yeah. Ain't J.R. a crip?
What?
What?
I don't know nothing
I
about
ain't hear
that.
nothing
Shoot,
about that.
I don't
Stop
know.
playing.
I
Y'all ain't
just
never
know he-
heard that?
Nah.
What?
He like he
Hold on.
smoked
First
Black
of all,
and
y'all
Mild.
fucking
He
made me
look like
love
a-
Google, dog.
Black
But
and
my man
Mild.
JR
For
got that.
real.
So fighting in the preseason, do y'all feel like it's going to be a lot of
Of course.
competition this year?
The
Yeah.
NBA
Gotta
more
finish
physical
that
than the
sentence.
NFL at this point.
Facts. We're not even going to speak on that.
We can't forget Ron Artest.
True.
And Ron Artest paved the way for shenanigans as far as like, you know,
Oh, we gonna
altercating.
move. Oh,
and
so
scuffles.
listen. Yes, that's a good
paved
way
the
to
way.
bring
Oh, we
in this next topic.
Talking about
boy.
scuffles. And altercations.
Scuffle and altercations. Are we moving on to the?
And no, anything else as far as the season? Like
Nah, I'm looking forward
any
to
underdogs?
It.
Warriors in 3.
Yeah, dog. I don't know.
God
The West.
damn.
If anybody gonna beat the Warriors, it'll be LA.
Oh my god, y'all was
It
putting.
would.
I'm just excited.
So
just
everybody
LeBron,
just
bro.
say the Rockets is out of here. Huh?
No.
Crazy.
I feel like
The
the,
Rockets is
underdog.
definitely-
Underdog.
I was about to say,
I
if y'all
said-
think
I
the
said
Lakers
under-
are better
y'all
team
said
than
the underdog.
Houston.
You just
Underdog.
said underdog.
Underdog
Oh,
is
okay.
Utah.
Facts.
Yeah, and that's another playoff
Underdog
team.
is
The
Utah.
West is too stacked, bro. Lakers not going.
Donovan Mitchell.
I'm sticking by my
Underdog
thing.
is Utah for sure.
We can make a bet later.
We can.
No, we for sure.
I bet a pack of cookies on it right now.
Yeah, like LeBron's not going. Like that. Like this don't even sound. It don't even sound right to be leaving and going to another team if he does. If you know what's going to happen to this nigga, like if he does not take that team to the playoffs, coming from Cleveland.
So let me just ask y'all this right before we move on.
And Space Jam coming out.
like,
What's
bro,
three
it's not
teams
gonna
on the
happen.
three teams on the West that LA is better than that made the playoffs last year?
They better
They
than
better
Minnesota.
Minnesota, Utah, and Portland.
I was about
If,
to say
if
they
Jimmy
better than
Butler, if
Portland.
Jimmy Butler
They
leaves,
better than Portland.
Definitely not
And the
better than
Timberwolves.
Portland.
What name? Oh God,
Definitely not better than Portland.
bro. Like what?
They're
do you
better than the Timberwolves.
like?
They're better than
who on
Portland. And
Portland's
they're better
roster?
than New Orleans.
Who on Portland's roster?
They're better than New Orleans.
Who
They're
on
better
New
than
Orleans?
now.
Who
They might be.
who
They're
better
better
on
than-
Portland roster?
Dame Lillard. That's it.
CJ
CJ.
McCollum.
That's two
And they
players,
center.
bro. And
That
they
big
center
Russian
that you
dude,
not
I
going
forgot.
to name.
Nurkic.
Come on, bro.
That boy
Utah
solid.
popped them boys son so crazy, and I was sick.
I'm saying you can't name nobody
Hurt.
else on that team. You can name at least like six people
Listen,
on the
man.
Lakers
They
that
gonna-
you know can ball.
They gonna barely skate in. I give them. They
You
realistically
keep
maybe
saying they're
the
not
8th
gonna
or
make it,
7th
and then
spot.
you say they're gonna skate in.
I'm just being realistic, man. We gonna keep it moving. Go
Shout
ahead.
out to the NBA season.
It's gonna be lit.
Yeah, it's gonna be lit for
So
sure.
speaking of y'all brought up Ron Artest and the Pistons brawl, did you guys see Connor and
Connor and
yeah.
Khabib.
Hey, what if those were two black athletes?
They will be
Hey,
banned.
get a rundown
What do you-
first. before
wait,
we,
what?
Before we dive into
you
it,
taking it there today, correct? you taking it there today?
Usually that's Charnel's.
Yeah, I was about to say
steal.
usually it's Charnel for sure. You went straight there.
I just wonder, like the coverage was weird, man.
I
The
mean,
coverage
they
is
both
weird.
Bro,
got.
they
They
didn't
both
even
got
give him the
reprimanded.
belt, though.
Yeah, they got reprimanded.
He
They
didn't
both
get the
did.
belt or he didn't even get paid.
Yeah, they hold his check.
That's
And the three people that jumped in.
I'm not talking about like repercussions as far as I'm talking about how it's covered within the media.
100%.
Oh
When
yeah.
that- when that
Yeah,
brawl
I'm
happened
not
at the
talking
pal-
about like what it is. I'm just talking about like how
That's period.
how
Media-wise.
they
Two
cover it.
black people that got into a fight during a.
Listen, let me tell you something. Ben Roethlisberger has had numerous rape
my
cases,
God.
and that come on like a snap. Like it's at the bottom of the ticker. Like
talking about
They
the-
really
bring
don't.
that up last episode.
It's like
I forgot about
it'll
Ben,
come on
dog.
like Ben Roethlisberger rapes again, but about Mike Vick and these dogs.
Hey,
This is
he's talking about it be there at the bottom of the ticket.
Right.
Y'all some wild.
Where's the soundboard? Oh my
But
god!
what about Mike
That's all
Vick
I'm
and these
saying.
dogs?
So listen,
That's all I'm saying. That's all
So-
I'm saying.
I agree with y'all.
What about the
overall.
fight first? What
clown
about the
shit.
fight first?
First of all,
Yeah.
tell them about the fight. You know what I'm saying? We got
He
people
got
that might not
choked
haven't
out.
seen
I mean,
it.
we had a few comments saying that if they would have just stayed on.
Wait. Before you do that, though, tell them what, like, you know, because we got people on live and obviously people that listen. Tell them how it broke down. Like, who won? How did it go down? Did somebody hop over? You want me to tell it?
Yes, go ahead.
Okay. So, basically, Connor ended up tapping out.
You just said this. Go ahead, bro.
Connor ended up tapping out. You know, the match is over. As soon as he got done tapping out, the referee kind of broke him up. While the referee was broke him up, Khabib was like pointing to, I think it was one
His
of his
trainer.
trainers. Yeah, one of his trainers in the crowd, and they was having a little verbal altercation for like 3 seconds. All of a sudden, Khabib just hops the fucking octagon over the gate and does like a flying bicycle kick into his trainer. And
That
all
was a
type of
super
shit
crane
just,
kick.
all shit just broke loose. Security, you know, everybody was just wild. And now, while this was happening, one of Khabib's entourage hopped the octagon
No,
into
so
the,
wait, hold on, my bad. So listen, That's what I thought first. I seen a new
Okay.
angle this morning.
Okay.
So one of his guys tried to jump over with him, and Connor he fired on him.
Right, because it was two of them
So
that came
once
in.
they seen that, two of them hopped over and got the whooping on.
Yeah.
Like it was
The
just
first
a
one
lot
came
going
in
on,
and Connor stole on him, and then another one in the red shirt hopped the fence and then just came up behind him and started blowing his junk out, and it was just crazy. But that's what happened. Continue.
a lot of people don't follow UFC, but the reason it was so much hostility going on was because he threw the dolly right through his party bus, and the glass
bus and-
shattered all on his pops and his family and all that. So it's like a big feud ever since then. He talks about his religion and all this stuff. So he felt like all of this hit him at once, and he just was like, I'm over it. I'm tired of him. Let me just do this. I mean, I don't get it.
I don't understand. Like, you already beat his ass. Like,
Yeah, you
know what I'm saying?
won,
Like, you good. And now it's just, I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Like,
Guys
it's-
still locked up too. The guys who jumped in the ring, they still locked up. They not from
They
the
should
U.S.
be.
So
They should be.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
I
they
don't.
gonna
I
have
don't
some
watch
issues.
UFC, so I just don't go by word of mouth. So who won the fight initially?
Khabib.
Okay, I knew. Okay,
Connor got a
washed
mouthpiece
him.
on
He
him.
washed
man.
him too.
Like,
Like, it wasn't.
Yeah,
It wasn't.
Connor. First of all, Connor do need to stop talking. Well,
He
he
talk
don't.
too
He
reckless,
needs to
though,
keep
bro.
talking because that's what makes it
that's
entertaining.
what it's entertainment
Yeah.
for sure.
But at the same time, you back that shit up. You can't go in there. And get your-
He's talking crazy to Floyd.
Yeah, 'cause I was just about to say,
Yeah.
you were there talking that same cash shit to Floyd and got your ass whooped. Now you talking to
So,
Khabib, get your ass whooped.
Jovan was on our page, and he says if they would have stayed standing, he would have won. And I said, listen, sir,
If was a fifth, we'd all be drunk.
this ain't fucking boxing.
and listen to
Like,
this.
you got to know all your shit.
And check this out. Check this out. All right, now, I feel like it's UFC's fault because I mean Conor did the shit that started all of this. So, and they never really reprimanded him. They was like, we need to have this match. They was like, this is the big money match.
And
so,
it was.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So, you get your hands dirty. You know what I'm saying? That's
They
just
set it
it's
up
just
for the
part of it.
rematch,
Yeah,
bro.
that's what I'm saying. Like UFC, they knew.
I knew what was going on.
Yeah, they know what's up.
I think that the fight after, or the altercation after the fight is actually good as far as publicity. There
Oh,
you
yeah, of
go. That shit gonna skyrocket. Even though UFC is more prevalent now than boxing.
Facts.
Because boxing used to be like prime time. Like I remember sitting up around with my granddad watching that shit. Now
Tyson fights
UFC
used to go so
exactly.
crazy.
Now you can't find a heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? So I think that little altercation, as fucked up as it was, it's
Help.
just gonna it's a blessing in disguise. That shit gonna
Just
skyrocket
WWE
everything.
shit.
I have a comment from the live from staff _only3. If
Verge.
Yep.
up,
If
bro?
the UFC smart, they ride this wave like 50 do beefs. They should
Facts.
ride the wave.
Yeah, just like I said, that shit is pure money in there.
Mix a little WWE with a
I'm
little
saying,
UFC.
like, yeah, that's
You'll
what I'm
have
saying. It's
a
just WWE. Yeah.
Money bags, money bags, money bags.
So I guess we're going to move on. I feel like everybody kind of on the same page with that. I'm sure it's going to be a rematch soon.
Yeah, of course.
I was actually
Yeah.
waiting on Floyd to have a little shade. I ain't see
Floyd
nothing.
needs to hop his ass in the octagon and catch some
no,
fucking roundhouses to the
no,
temple,
no,
man. Y'all saw him training?
I will pay for that
I would
shit.
pay top dollar.
I don't want to see that.
He gonna get,
No,
he gonna last 5 seconds.
No, Floyd needs to come donate some money for some water.
Hey,
That's
shout out to
what
Floyd. Bring us some of that chicken, sir.
Yeah, man, share the wealth, even though you don't have to.
Please.
But yeah,
We gonna move on. Nelly Neal, do you want to bring in the Nivea?
Yes.
I'm gonna be 100% honest with y'all.
What
I
year
didn't
is
get
this?
a chance to watch it. Please elaborate on what.
So I
He talking about
guess
what
you
year
will,
is this?
What year is this?
Don't do Nivea because she done had some hits.
Tell
From,
me and the viewers
Okay.
what happened.
Nivea
had
coming
one.
straight,
I was in high
Okay.
school.
straight from the laundry
Don't
mat.
mess with my man.
okay, and don't forget her song
wanna break
Okay.
it to
Like,
you.
let's not
Hey.
forget Nivea has some
Okay.
bangers.
She had two.
Okay, let me tell you. No, she had
She
more
had
than
two.
that.
Nivea and Bobby Gifts.
Her Apple Music
Okay.
playlist is
We just shouted out Nivea and Booby Gifts.
Booby
Gee. This Throwback Thursdays for
But no,
sure.
we came, she did her interview with BET. Down there doing like this little segment called Finding with different artists or whatever. So she pretty much just talked about her career. It wasn't as long, but it was really good.
I'm
to see.
sure.
because they're doing
Dum, dum, dum.
30-minute segments. So
Damn.
Go
okay,
ahead.
you're not gonna do her. But she pretty much talked about like her entire career because she did come out. Everybody did know her from that song of Mystical, Danger. It's no long.
Didn't know that was her.
No, that was her.
That was her, yeah.
Yes.
That's what
I was
I
8 years
just-
old.
I was today years old.
So yeah, she was known for that, and of course with her Domestic My Man, Laundromat, all that stuff like that. So she was pretty much just talking about, like I said, her career and how she came up. But then what made her stop singing and stop writing was when
Found a bag.
she has 4 kids. She has 3 by the Dream and 1 by Wayne.
She found the bag.
And she was saying that
even
basically, not for real. Like, I mean, she's successful with, with being their baby mama or whatever, because she was married to the Dream.
I bet.
But it was more so her view of why she stopped doing music, because she didn't want her kids to go to the nanny. She didn't want her kids to go to no boarding school. She wanted to be hands on with her children. She was like, Wayne and Dream, they can't come to no parent teacher conference. Like and she wasn't saying as if like they weren't good parents or good fathers. She was saying because of who they were, the caliber
Dream
they're
might could get
in.
away with it.
Not
Yeah,
at the time,
I
Dream was going too crazy.
yeah,
at the time.
it was. I want to say
1
He
year.
was doing a
Back
lot of
in-
writing.
Yeah,
he
that
always
Yeah.
did a lot of
He been
writing.
hot, but he ain't go like
He
the
ain't
school
Wayne,
not
though.
gonna shut down if
And
Dream
then with
comes
Wayne,
to
I mean, if Wayne come to your school, everybody is gonna
It's
be.
over. Like,
Lil Wayne in the building. So she
Dream
was.
can't get away with that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not accepting.
Now I'm gonna play devil's advocate because I feel like, and this is the first time you're hearing this story, I feel like she still could have been successful if she still would have kind of pursued. Now that's a lot of kids.
I was
Don't
about
get
to
me
say
wrong.
about to say,
4,
that's
bro.
tough.
Cause she-
Yeah. now let me take that back because I know because I was just about to compare her to like other people as far as like Amber Rose and Wiz, but they only have like one kid, and other people got like 2. But 4 kids is a lot. So
And
I agree with her trying
and
to be
she
a mother.
did
Amber
say
Rose
She
that.
don't
say
do
like they
nothing.
weren't helping though at a point.
No, they were helping, but she was saying like, so this in her exact words, she was like, people told her to send them to a boarding school, to send them to a nanny, but she said, I couldn't feel right with doing it just because of her upbringing. Like she wanted to be hands on with her kids. And again, like it's 4 kids. Like you can't just say, I'm about to just.
That's a lot of kids.
That's a lot of kids. But she did say, she said, my kids not had their fathers in their lives. But since they were on the pedestal they were in, she was like, go get that shit. Like, I'm going to hold it
And I
down for
ain't
the
gonna lie,
kids.
that's
Go
what I
get
got.
that.
That's what I got out the interview. Like I feel like how you got that one that's just worried about the child support and just being negative. Like she didn't say not one negative thing about
That's
them.
what's up.
Mm-mm.
She was basically on some shit like,
You know why?
I'm a
'Cause she
ride with y'all.
found the bag. That's ended her career.
She said she was like in love with Wayne. She was in love with
I mean,
him.
that's
That's crazy
married.
because a
Like,
lot
all
of
these
women,
women
all these
say
women
that.
say they're gonna be in love with Wayne. Wayne looked like one of the roaches in Joe's
and
apartment.
Toya,
Like,
Toya said today
she'll have
she'll
another
end up
baby
having
by-
a baby with Wayne if he
that's-
get it together.
all these women
Baby, that's-
always had the
baby going-
best
that's
shit in
the
the
bag.
world
Got
to
the
Wayne, bro.
bag. I'm telling you.
That's
And
crazy.
then
That
she,
bag make a nigga look totally.
She was on coke, though.
Totally.
Yes,
different.
and that's another thing too, because everybody was talking about her lip. If y'all was like a really Nivea fan, if you go back to some of her old videos, her lip always
Yeah, she
been like
always had
that.
Yeah, kinda
But
like that,
of course she
got
did.
that jaw.
Shout out to the
Yeah.
Nivea fans.
She did
that
say
I
that.
know.
Exactly.
But she did have a coke problem. But I know she did say her kids as well
doesn't in
changed.
our industry?
Exactly. Who doesn't?
Line me up right now, man. Fuck it.
Like she.
Time to go. Everybody
Let me
pack
see.
People
up.
Before
have
you get
their
put out of here.
past and have their addiction, and she had one. Like Wayne got his with codeine. So I mean,
I'm sure that's not all.
not all right.
Right.
But yeah, it was a really, really good one. And I had watched another one that she had just recently did, and she was crying again because she was just talking about her kids. Like, I really do love my kids, and I
50
just
over there
couldn't
dying.
really see
You
myself
gotta
giving
be
them
her
one.
biggest fan for sure. The fact that you see more than one Nivea.
No, they just been dropped. Like you know what's crazy though?
No, they've been
Hold on.
dropping.
I'm
She
gonna
got
have
a
to
new
bump
song
because
out and everything.
I watched it, and on the comments, like she has a lot of fans.
Yeah, she
apparently, bro.
But
Like,
she's
and I'm
a
just
dope
I'm
writer.
A lot of people.
no. That's
yeah.
what she did. She said she wrote for a lot of people.
She
Okay.
wrote-
Yeah,
she's
her
a
and
writer,
Dream. Yeah, her and Dream.
They
was-
said
They
that
were
was going crazy.
creatives,
Yeah.
yeah. So that's why.
All right, that
But
makes sense.
For us, we wouldn't have known. We
She-
would never know.
And I tell y'all, she getting her bag again because her song "Circles" be in rotation.
Never
Her
heard
song on the Carter in rotation because she has a really
Never heard
good
They
voice.
said she wrote on the Carter.
She wrote some of
She
his
wrote on
songs.
Dream stuff like.
Yeah,
That's a good way
she
to
had to
seg
go take
into.
care of her kid. And I love the way. And she was saying her
Yeah,
other
I'm going
interview.
straight into dog,
She was
for
like,
sure.
my kids when they
can't
ask
wait to
about my dad about their fathers,
terrible.
I blow their father up as if like they just everything. Like
I feel
she
like I'm
loves
watching
them.
an episode of Unsung.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. That's
Yeah, it
what
was an early
And it's
Unsung.
crazy because
That's what
Teddy
it
Riley was on
was.
Breakfast Club, but we go wait till next
Oh,
week. But he went
yeah.
crazy. That was like the best they done had. in a
I'll
long
listen to
time.
that on my way here. Yeah, that was good.
I was gonna freestyle it if we got time later on, but I don't think it's gonna work. But
Nah, yeah,
speaking of
we gotta get in
Wayne,
there.
the Carter Five,
Okay, I know I'm a Wayne fan.
the Carter Five.
All right, let me get. Can I start off?
Go ahead.
Hell yeah. Okay, let me tell y'all about this shit right
Keep
here.
with Charnel about the scrap. But
People
go ahead.
swear to God. First of all, I didn't like the Carter 5. I think it was the worst out the series. A lot of people put it fourth on the list, and the fact that they put it before number 4, they put 4 last, which is the wildest shit ever.
4 wasn't bad though.
4 definitely 4. Honestly, I think 4 was fourth on that series. But that's only because the first 3 was just that good. That's not saying that 4 was bad, just because the first 3 was that good. Now, with that being said, there's one song out of about 18 tracks
It was too many tracks. For sure.
that's getting played right now. As far as let me not say that because
Talking
that's
about
two.
Uproar, I be doing
It's
homage shaking
Uproar
the car.
and it's Mona Lisa with Kendrick.
Mona Lisa's probably the best song on the.
And I think that's overrated. But I actually I like it, but I think it's overrated.
Snap.
But with that being said, people are saying that this is like it just wasn't good. It wasn't good. It was
I go
tolerable.
Go ahead, Nelly. Now.
T.I.'s album is like 10 times better.
Okay.
I like T.I.'s album.
It's nuts.
So everyone knows this. I am a Wheezy fan. I've been a fan since The Block is Hot,
Me too.
500 Degrees, you know what I'm saying? So I do think it was a good album. I wouldn't say it was great, but it was a really good album. And I think it was really good because it put Wayne in a different type of view. Because you are normally hear Wayne songs about him going down on the girl, sipping lean.
That's
you know
that
what I'm saying?
shit.
I know.
Like a lollipop.
I know it is, but at the same time, it allow people to see another side of Wayne. Because, like, for as long as I've known Lil Wayne, I've always just known he shot himself on accident. I didn't know that was a suicide attempt. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know that. And for him to open up and
Q didn't either. He like, damn.
I just don't want to hear his mama crying on his
that part, and
Facts.
he did say after hearing, he cannot listen to the album anymore because after hearing his mom cry, he hate hearing his mom cry. So
I love Wayne.
I wouldn't have did that either. I
understand.
know where he was going, but I wouldn't have did that. One.
Yeah, I didn't.
I like the album though. It was really, really good. I like how he had
I can't wait.
Ashanti on there. That we gonna start this
that
shit
album was.
off,
That
right?
track was trash.
Trash.
I don't
Super fucking
rock.
Trash.
But for me,
Well,
when it
Mac
comes, if
Nine?
y'all doing like,
That shit was trash.
if y'all
We're
want
about
to
to
do
go through it
a
real
Cardi,
Go ahead, bro.
if y'all want to do a Carter series, I will
What's
say
that?
3.
The
is
track
my
list. I'm
favorite.
gonna tell you.
Go
because
ahead.
There's that many okay songs on this album. It's not album overall. First of all, in 2018, there's no need for 23 songs.
It's
on
not.
this.
Period.
My attention span is not that long.
For music. No,
At
right
least
now,
make it
it's
2
not.
discs like Drake did.
I wouldn't even did
No.
that if I was Wayne.
I do like this better than Drake's last project, but
Really?
100%.
Please don't get me started.
I didn't
'Cause
like
I
Drake's last.
agree.
I
But
don't
go
like Drake's
ahead.
last project. All right, so first of all, we gonna start like with the intro. As far as his mama crying,
Free Henny S.
if you're
Because he would be sick right now.
if your mom is crying on the track, or if that's your intro, this album has to be fucking monumental. You hear me? This needs to be
know what?
the
And that's what
I
I
have
thought.
a
I was like,
dream.
he about to go
talking about
crazy.
this needs to be
I
I
thought
have
he
a
was going crazy when I heard that. I'm like, he
It
about
wasn't no
Yeah.
lighter flick. It wasn't no nothing.
Nothing. Like so.
He
So
did do a lot of flick on the album.
Yeah.
I'm like the
was.
4th track.
Oh,
Shit.
off of
Gotta
these
open up with
23 songs, I will say probably
3.
nah.
no.
I say maybe like 12 to
I can't wait to
13.
hear
If
crack.
he would have did 12 to 13 of the better songs
he'd
from
have been
here,
all right.
it would have been like a 7. If
It'd have been okay.
if he would have did
It'd
that.
have been okay.
It would have been okay.
Let me tell y'all again. I am a Wayne fan.
And Swiss Beats need his ass whooped for re-rocking the special delivery.
Yeah.
Like
That was kind of.
He didn't flip that shit at all. He just basically took the beat.
he put that he like, you hear that ting right there? That'd be 100.
But
Ours is.
But we
Hold on,
didn't
hold on,
even
hold on,
deliver.
hold on,
Go
wait,
ahead. Go ahead, Clark.
Oh, you done?
Listen, no,
Yeah, I'm going.
no, listen. Okay, first off, I get very confused. Like Carter 4 was not a good album.
What?
Bro. Hold on. Carter 4 was not. And listen, bro.
Carter 2 and 3? No.
Go ahead
what I'm
and
saying.
finish.
Carter
say
1?
one?
Yeah, I was about to say the first one.
The first one was
But
good
listen,
too, but I'm
It
saying
was just
like
good.
I'm.
Go ahead, Craig.
I don't
Yeah,
say
like,
great
I'm
a
just
lot.
saying,
Got
I'm-
She Will on there. Kind of fire.
I guess
I don't
like
say great a lot, I
sometimes
guess.
like when people be saying stuff is trash, like Lil Wayne, it's not a trash album. I'm sorry.
It's
Like,
not.
It's not. It's a decent album. It's probably full of songs. It's too many songs on there.
It's
But
too
then he hasn't put out an album in what, like 5 or 6 years?
And those songs are
You know what I'm saying?
old.
Yeah, so
You have
That's
all the
his
time
fault.
in the
but,
world.
But listen, I'm saying
He did it for Sorry
I'm
for the
saying
Wait
like,
for
why
us.
do you? Okay, I just get confused like when people downgrade an album based on it being too much music. Like you can still find something on there that you like. Like
That's what happened
not,
to me, though,
I didn't
bro.
That
find
doesn't
none
make
of
that
mine.
doesn't make
I let that shit play for sure.
yeah, it doesn't make a album bad just because it's like full of. I feel like they just gave you more music. So if you don't like it, you don't like it. But Wayne sound like he used to sound. Like what you mean? What you mean?
Go ahead.
I'm saying that what level Wayne you think he was sounding at? You think he was sounding the worst he's ever sounded?
Nah, hell no.
That's my point.
Okay.
I guess that's more
He
so my
was
point.
better than that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like I feel like he kind of got back to some kind of like I feel like what people were saying about the Eminem album, like when people were being kind of like biased and saying like he's back in his bag or
And
whatever,
he
and he
wasn't.
really wasn't
I'm
like
here.
back in his bag.
Niggas just be like, I missed it. I'm glad
yeah,
he sounded.
yeah,
So,
that's my thing. Like, and it's I feel like it's okay to.
it was like
be
when Will Smith did that little freestyle.
Yeah,
was like
yeah,
that.
that's what I'm saying. Like, it's okay to kind of just consume music like that. I feel like people be
Yeah,
quick to
they
call
just
something
missed it.
trash just because,
Can I-
like, you know, this ain't Carter 3, this ain't Carter 2, this ain't whatever.
What you about
know
to
what I'm
say?
saying? Like,
You
You
going
over
to the
here
car-
shaking?
I
He
just
going
wanna
to the
say
Carter
one thing.
4. I already know he got the truck.
Carter
list
4
for
is
the-
trash.
I'm gonna
bro.
tell y'all like this: you can't say it was trash if it has more hits than Carter
doesn't.
5. First of all, I'm gonna
It
just go
do.
down the
What
list.
is more hits?
Blunt blowing that
What
had
is
radio
more
play.
What is more hits?
6 foot, 7 foot.
Because
radio
we can talk
play.
about
John.
She will with
You-
Drake.
You can't
radio
start
play.
the argument. No, you can't
John,
start. You
radio
can't start
play.
the argument.
How
off.
Love,
You can't start the
radio
argument
play.
off and say
Mirror,
like it has
radio
more.
play.
What do you keep talking about radio play? How many albums did
I
that
don't care
sell?
about radio
Come on,
play,
That's
first
what I'm
of all.
saying.
I
Like,
don't
what are we
either.
talking about?
hits.
I don't
talking
care
about
about
I don't care about hits.
I
We
don't.
talking
What
about the
what's the
actual
album if it ain't got no hits on it?
Bro, you telling me that
What
it
do you-
ain't songs on the album that you like better than the
That's
radio
what I'm saying.
shit?
That sounds crazy. Like,
First of
do
all-
you listen to
I
an
get what
artist
you saying,
to
like,
be an artist?
you're
or
saying
you
it like
listening to
you're
what's
the
on
radio
and then
personnel
you're
right
just
now.
basing it on radio.
I
play.
don't want y'all to think that I'm just talking about
'Cause
radio
I didn't
play.
like
I want to
Carter
talk
I
about
get what you're
just
saying,
as
though.
far as overall population of how many people like the
Carter
track
5
that's
just
on a
came
song.
out.
Thank you.
It just
And there's-
came out.
It came out 2 weeks ago.
But
Yeah.
it ain't nothing hitting on there for
Nothing
sure.
is hitting. When this
How many
First of
albums?
all-
I'm saying you can say like ain't nothing. We in a different type of era. We not going
Facts.
off of
Before
single stream.
So, okay, wait.
on,
but
bro.
let
before
me
the
ask you,
Carter
talking
4
about just
dropped,
all
it was
streams.
3 singles already
What-
already
what,
on Slave.
so what song on here would you put on the radio?
I'm not saying that. I'm
No,
I'm
I-
not.
Can I
I'm
say
not,
this too? I do think y'all have
Because
to
he
acknowledge.
got-
No, keep
Go
going,
ahead, go
Craig.
ahead. No,
No,
ahead.
I'm just saying y'all have to acknowledge where he's at right now. He just got his legal situation completed. When Carter
Sound like
1 through
excuses
4
to me.
went through, you know what I'm saying? He was able to drop those songs for an album. He couldn't do that.
No, can I go? Because I ain't go
Good
yet.
bump. Good bump. Go ahead. You didn't go yet.
I just love
I agree
Wayne.
with Crack and I agree with Q at the same time. I like a lot of the songs, but I feel like he was in a position where he probably couldn't put his bangers on there that he, that Birdman probably still got
He
locked
said
up
he had
somewhere.
some songs with Drake that didn't get cleared.
Yeah, he had.
He got some songs with Nicki that didn't get cleared. That's probably like, come on, shit. Like I'm hip. Y'all ain't. I like the song with Snoop. Y'all ain't like
I
that
like
song?
that song.
All I'm saying is whatever the reason is.
All right.
Fuck radio play. We're talking about hits.
Hits.
What do hits have to do with how good an album is?
I think it has a
Because
pretty
you like
major-
Chance the
sonically,
Rapper,
like
and
that-
Chance
that
ain't
shit-
got no hits.
Yeah, he has no.
First of all, Chaz
none.
do has hits.
No.
Let's just,
Come on,
let's
bro.
just get that
What
clear.
are hits? What are hits then?
This album are full of hits.
So just stop
full
it.
of hits.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna give
I'm not
out of
gonna
our
give my man
5
Chance
mics,
like
I'm
that.
gonna give it 2.5.
You generous.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give it 2.5.
I'll give it 3 out of 5.
I give it a
3 and a
It's a
half.
decent. It's a decent album.
Smooth.
Like
too.
I'm not gonna go back.
1.5.
1.5.
1.5. Only because I know he can do better.
No, it's
Can
like,
he?
bro?
I like
Like how?
Let's all right. So
Hell
hold on. Wait, hold
yeah.
on. Let's stop. Let's
Bro,
go back to the.
I
Y'all
feel
saying he
like
can't do better?
no. I feel like
Listen.
listen. Can I say something?
ahead.
Dog?
Go
Like
ahead,
just
bro.
as an artist, bro.
I
Like,
feel like
I'm
you gonna say
tired.
the
I'm
same
tired
thing
of
I'm
that
saying.
shit. Like I'm so tired of that shit. Like I'm tired of niggas being like, yo, he can do better. He's better than this. He's better than that.
After
like
he just gave you everything
bro.
in
Like
the
how
world.
many albums this nigga gave you?
And
To where you can't give this nigga a benefit of the doubt
Mixtapes.
at all.
All his good,
Like that is crazy. Like to me, like when somebody takes years, he got damn near 2 decades
The
under his
door.
belt, and niggas can't even just put out a decent album without niggas being like, "Yo, that shit trash."
can do better.
This nigga,
I would
how
want
do you know that?
I would want
How do you
I
even
would
know
want
what
my
it is
niggas
like
to
to step in
tell
the
me.
booth? Do you know what it is to step in the booth
I
and
would
come
want
up
my
with a
niggas to
concept
tell
of a
me
song?
that I can do better.
Do you know what it is to step into a booth, come up with a song, go in there, record the song? Of course.
I can't believe.
Do you?
I've recorded a couple
You've
songs.
done that?
Man.
Yeah, okay. All
Wayne
right.
gave
So
us
how many of yours got
everything.
onto the radio?
None.
All right. That's
Not
my
at
main
all.
shit. That's,
Can I just
Not
say
at
this
all.
my main
though?
thing.
Go ahead, Nelly. Now.
Wayne, okay, because I went to a Wayne concert. When I tell you I had the best time of my life, because Wayne performed every song that he freaking made, even from the mixtapes. When he came out and
Too
did
many
that
hits.
G5
That's 'cause he got
sitting
to.
on the
ain't nobody
runway,
fucking with his
Savage, don't do that, because he has like some hits, and you have to understand. Like I said,
Because-
in the position that he's in right now,
Listen,
That's
Listen,
why.
in my personal
because at
opinion,
the time
and
he didn't have it
this
out.
is unpopular. My favorite body of work from Wayne is Dedication 2.
Dedication 2
2
and Dedication 1.
Was that
my
the one that had
favorite.
Dick
Dedication
Pleaser
2.
on
I
there?
agree. I agree.
all right, so
Got a
I'm gonna
bitch
go through
named
real
Keisha,
quick.
real Dick
I'm a
Pleaser,
big
shot it
fan
from
too. So my thing is,
Cannon.
even before the block is hot,
The Cannon.
Wayne was writing the Big Timers albums. He's writing on
Yes.
400. Like y'all gotta really think Wayne on some Mike Jackson type shit, where it's like
is, dog.
he was a young person.
He's one of the.
I don't
he's
want
one
y'all
of the
thinking
goats,
that
dog.
Tell
I'm
you
hating
niggas
on
been having
Wayne.
money
I know you're
since
not. I
the
get
Hot
love.
Boys.
I get
No,
that
I'm
what he
saying,
said?
I think it's important.
We got
I just feel like this is a moment.
the
to-
Squad Up
to-
mixtapes.
No, I feel like the
Squad
consumer
Up.
the consumer
This
is
is their
so
sign for
quick
Squad Up.
to go straight to like, yo, this shit is trash, or this is that, or comparing like an artist who's giving you a lot to their last body of work instead of like actually digesting the
seen Barber
music
Blocking?
as just like
course.
one project.
You talking to a real Cash Money head.
I
Listen.
think Eminem and Lil Wayne kind of had a similar way as far as getting back in the spotlight with their music. Kamikaze was a solid album. Was it the best? Of course not. Was it the best project? Of course not. That's just being realistic.
We're not talking about Eminem.
I'm just
I know, I know.
I'm just
I'm talking
comparing
shit, bro.
it. But this album is the worst out of the series, and that's just my honest opinion. I love Wayne, but
Okay.
I
You know
know,
what?
he
So-
can do better.
So what was the
man.
worst? My bad. What was the worst? Carter.
Put him in order. Or what was the worst Carter? Let's just do it like that. Put him in.
Yeah,
what was the
'cause I
worst
can't
Carter?
remember.
Carter
This
is
one the
Carter
worst.
4.
This one the worst.
I mean, it's
Thank
definitely
you,
at the
man.
bottom.
Thank you.
This one.
I'm saying, but that doesn't. That's what I'm saying. Like they're not
That's hard for me.
mutually. They're not mutually
I'ma listen to it tonight.
exclusive, bro. Like
And
they're two different things.
And as far as what you were saying with Kamikaze, I felt that way too, because I realized like that niggas is getting old. So it's like, okay, this the old niggas dropping, and I know y'all haven't listened to it yet. I felt that way, like, oh, niggas just making little outdated music. It's cool for
But
them.
T.I.
But
did.
T.I.
He
shit
did.
is fire.
And I want y'all to see, and I'm not comparing this, the Carter 5 to the Carter 1, Carter 2, I'm not comparing them to any. I'm
I
talking
always
about
compare
as
Wayne
far
and
as
T.I. though.
I'm not
Just
because
did,
you
though.
can't you can't they were so good you can't compare it.
But you
I'm
just
talking
did,
I didn't say
about
that. I'm
as
saying
far
that
as
was
T.I.
like
and Wayne.
that was like the crux of like the whole argument.
what I'm talking about right now is just period. As far as an album that I would want to listen to again, I don't want to listen to it again. I didn't want to listen to it the second time to see if I,
I mean,
missed
I
something.
agree with that. I'm just saying, like, this not.
I don't consider that a good album. If I don't want to listen to it again, I
Dog
don't
over
consider
there
that
about
a
to
decent
die.
album. What's that?
That's that Q special. Boy.
Oh yeah.
trying to burn my nose hairs off.
Don't have no baby tonight.
Oh, man.
God.
That's what he set me up.
Don't
for
get locked
failure.
up.
Anything
All right,
else?
Go ahead.
It's 9:06. We still got a little time, but I'm gonna just say this: Carter 1 was my favorite.
Of course, my favorite as well.
Carter, he was the one who was in this bad. I like
Carter 1 or Carter 2?
He kept maturing though each one.
Because I think Carter 2 is...
I'm a
Carter
little,
2
I'm a little
cold.
ghetto, so I like the 1.
Yeah, the one was he was like ruthless. He was like
one
raw.
that
one,
was it.
yeah.
2 was like, all right, I need to work on some industry stuff, and then
Yeah.
3 was like, this is the industry stuff.
A lot of people first albums be that shit.
4,
though, 'cause
I
it was
like
so
4 because
raw.
John was one of my
Nah,
favorites.
the
Him and
block-
Ross
Bro,
snapped on
4
John.
had so
4 got some
many
straight
hits,
shit on there
bro.
for sure.
I don't understand why people think
I
that's
think
the
4
worst
was
one.
slept on for sure.
Yeah.
I think 4 came out at the time where we really wasn't focusing so much on albums for it. I feel like 4, it was too much shit dropping
She
for real.
will,
bro.
6 foot, 7
Mouth
foot,
and
How to
ask her that bitch
Love,
triple
Mirror.
threat. When I was in jail,
John.
I feel what you're saying.
No.
And she get greedy.
Like
I let her
just
starve, let her
the
death.
same
Uh-oh.
way
Uh-oh.
just the same way like I'm not trying to detract from
Yeah.
what he's done or whatever. I just feel like I felt like Carter 5 sounded better than the Carter 4 when I first heard it. Like it might be
Yeah, because I wasn't a
Just
fan
based
at
on-
first.
yeah,
Yeah, I
that's
feel
what
what you
I'm
said.
saying.
Like
I
when it
think-
first dropped, I didn't fuck with it.
I
It took
think
it grew on me. It took a minute.
And I
Yeah,
think
so that's
when
what
he
I
did
mean,
Carter
like-
4, Wayne was doing a different route and he was going really
Yeah.
commercial.
Cause the mixtape Wayne, bro.
A lot of people wasn't
And then we
messing
can't
with
even
that.
forget about the features though, bro. Like I remember the one year it was like he did over 100 features, and they all was the #1 hit songs. Like
Dedication to and Sorry for the Wait was probably my 2 favorite.
Y'all know what's a good song that
the
I
droughts.
always play?
Oh, I forgot, but they're not
by-
my 2 favorite ones. Though. I love the Droughts, but
Y'all ever
Sorry for the
listen
Wait
to
and
like
Dedication.
now, like we listen to that song called "Miss Me" with Drake and Lil Wayne,
Oh,
and
yeah.
how Wayne snapped on that verse. Okay, that was
kicking bitches out
So-
the condo like Pam.
yeah.
We shouted out Wayne, but some people feeling it, some not. But we got our special guest in here, and we're going to talk about somebody that came up at the same time, somewhat.
Yeah.
Shout out to
Air
50
Max
bars.
95.
50
Wait, what is it?
Go ahead, man.
Air
Dope
Max
Boy
something? Yeah, they're right. Air Max. Let's
get it.
Listen, first of all, I'm gonna say
And then
fuck, I ain't had the best night that night. But go ahead, 50.
Wait, you just not gonna put that shit on the table and not
Right.
elaborate? What the
Right. Who think you is?
Because man, we was supposed to have been there. You feel me?
Oh,
That was
okay.
a great opportunity
yeah.
for us. We
Yeah.
missed it out, but go ahead.
It was my
Go ahead.
homecoming. And
Shit,
Everybody
what you-
homecoming.
Talk to me. What you want to know, man? That's a lot. You can't just tell me.
how was it meeting with Jeezy?
You can't just go straight there. Though. Like, we got to talk about. You've
I'm
been wanting
hood,
to
right?
have concerts for the longest, so
Yeah.
This is your first one, right? First major one?
First major one, man. First major one.
What's up?
let's talk about the
yeah.
process of booking Jesus.
Difficult. So,
I'm sure.
Don't want to go into too many details on the numbers, right? But it was just, Jeezy gets his bag here. He takes, because he sells
City
out
love
in
him.
Detroit,
Yeah.
right? So it just made it difficult letting them know, like, yo, I get this is Michigan, but this ain't Detroit. So it was a negotiating process that took place, just trying to get something that was feasible. You feel me? To make sure that we could pull it off. Cause it's like, I can't pay you what they paying you in an A+ market and in a D+ market, which that's what Lansing is considered.
Yeah.
So that's what took it a while. I have been trying to really lock it in since August, didn't really get it totally solidified till early September, which left me with a 35-day promotion time to pack a house out.
And that's what I was going to talk about too, because I feel like a lot of people don't understand the prep time and the lack of promo we have for that.
Yeah, it was, normally something like that, you want 60 days out. You know what I'm saying? Like this, like I said, I won't put figures out there, but this all in all between the venue, so on and so forth, it was definitely a 6-figure project. So
That's what's up.
I definitely like more time, I want a year if I'm betting my 6 figures. So,
Can you get
but it was
Cardi B
cool,
for
though.
me next time?
She wants 350,000.
Who?
Damn.
You got, yeah, she did up her Cardi B. She did up it.
That's a real bad.
Oh, Cardi B hot right now.
They want to party with Cardi. Like, nah, you stay.
Cardi
you
is
got
hot right
Cash
now.
App,
She
I'll
better,
send you $3.
she better bring the baby.
He's talking about
I need to
bring the
meet
baby.
everybody.
I need me
350.
Offset, Takeoff, Quavo,
Everybody.
Sweetie, all them.
All that.
Nikki
Yachty.
too, huh?
She hot.
No.
We need a Nikki fight.
Cardi the hottest.
Did
You
y'all-
can get
did
Nicki
y'all
for
hear-
cheaper, right?
No, did y'all hear Cardi this verse?
On backing up? Yeah.
Back.
No.
Because I'm the
all
queen
right.
of talking shit,
Oh,
then backing it up.
Nah,
Hey.
she snapped.
I ran up on the
I ain't
bitch.
hear
She
that
almost
shit.
pissed on the
Oh.
leg.
Yeah, I fuck
You
back.
know,
I
I
fuck
know.
with
You
back
couldn't
in the
wait,
day.
could
You know,
you?
Yeah.
She snapped.
Yeah,
I
the bars
can't lie.
already memorized.
She snapped. It was that catchy. She really snapped. But
And she said it could with the beef and get some chicken instead.
Yeah, she snapped.
All right, I gotta go.
She snapped.
Gotta go.
So that's what that was. Another cool thing getting to work out with all the Detroit artists, man. Shout out to all the artists that came through and supported with the show.
Nisha Nashay, what does she have on?
Nisha Nashay a different type of act, man.
Where?
She a different.
No, Nisha is unique.
She's unique, man.
Yeah.
She do her thing like she do her thing. You know, but you know what's
Pow,
crazy?
pow, pow.
You know what's
Gunshot
crazy?
soundboard.
You know what's crazy about Nisha though is that people when they see her, they don't know her. But when you hear her songs,
Yeah.
you realize like,
Damn,
oh,
that's-
I know all this shit.
I was just telling 50, like, I remember the first time, I always forget, what's the spot?
Garden Theater.
Garden Theater. She snapped to me. Like, never, like he said, I didn't know it was her. On the Cloud first came out, she's a good performer.
Yeah, she does a great job.
Like, she actually is good at performing, and I know we talked about it before. Uh-oh.
No, I'm sorry.
What you got to
I
say?
just thought about, and I don't want nobody to think that this is a shade toward the Sigmas. I feel like it was
That
dope
video,
as
why
fuck.
would-
I feel like it was dope having Greek scene like that. Shout out to the Sigmas because y'all was put on a definitely dope platform. But when I tell y'all
That video
that
was,
shit did not match what the fuck was being rapped or sung, I was just utterly fucking
What
confused.
video?
It was more so Nisha to
did
say
the video.
more so than the Sigmas. Like they was strolling, I guess, and it was just like
Oh, shit, I ain't see
they
that.
didn't even
What was the
match the
relevance?
beat.
yeah, like what was the right? They weren't on the beat, and what was the relevance? Like the song had nothing to do with
She's
that
that's
type of
somebody's
culture.
cousin for sure.
right. That's what I'm thinking. Like she gotta be
What's
either.
that
back-
song?
I'ma
she
put it
got?
on
real quick. Back to
I can't remember the song.
But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry. Y'all
you
just
good.
talked about Nisha and Shay.
yeah,
rudeness.
Yeah, that's crazy.
So yeah, it was Nisha Nashay. You know what I'm saying? Cash Kid.
fuck with Cash Kid.
Snap
Duh.
Dog. Doughboys Cash Out. All Star JR. Like it was.
Ooh, I had a headline.
Yeah, it was a dope.
Bad, I ain't go.
It was a
T
dope.
Grizzly didn't come.
Yeah, T ain't come, but he was in Flint. But
he
it was
could've been in
a
Mission.
it was a dope lineup, man. It was good. I haven't got no bad feedback, which as long as people have a good time, that's my main concern. So
What's
Will you do it again?
I got a
100%.
question. So what's
November 30th? We at EMU. I'm locking in the artists tomorrow.
that was gonna be
And
my,
we will
that
be
was gonna
there.
Be my question.
Forecast.
What is
Tell them
off
the
air
future?
we're gonna be there.
Yeah, we
100%.
definitely gonna be there.
At full strength.
What like obviously Jeezy is like you know a headliner for sure. Obviously you want to go up from here. What's just a couple names or a couple artists that you looking forward to? Not necessarily the one that's coming up.
No, for sure.
but-
But you know what? It's funny that you talk about Jeezy being a headliner. So that was one of the things that I kind of thought about with the show, right? So I am 29, right? So for me, Jeezy's a headliner.
I get where you're going.
You
with
see what I'm
this.
saying? I'm on campus, you know, cause I do the hand to hand work. I hand the flyer, like, yeah, I got Jeezy coming for your homecoming. Nigga, look at me. Jeezy.
old ass. Yeah.
Nigga, my mama listen to Jeezy, nigga. Then he turned the flyer around like, oh, but you got Cash Kid in this bitch. We there. You know what I'm saying? So it made me realize like, ooh, like, you know, luckily, you know, of course my promo didn't end at the campus. So the city
just about to
and
say.
other surrounding areas. And then even eventually, and you know what it is? The same way we react to Nisha and Shay, that's how the kids reacted to Jeezy. Like they didn't realize how much of the music they knew of his. You know what I'm saying? So when it started going, you could see the delayed reactions. When the dun 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 dun, guess who's Bizarre? They like, oh, this my shit. Dope boys go, you know. So they ended up having everybody had a great time, but their initial reaction
You
to
could
it
tell,
was like,
like, yeah.
oh, this is an old nigga. So I had to stop. I had to jump back and realize, like, okay, you almost 30. Like you thought, like, you got to realize where these artists is at and cater accordingly. So that was a learning experience for me.
And
But
that-
you know, my bad. You know what I did like though? What I heard, like, a lot of people be thinking like if you got a headliner like that, they not gonna do as much. But I heard the first thing he said came out like, nigga, I'm Jeezy. I ain't into doing 2 songs, nigga. And he did
Yeah.
45 minutes.
Yeah, the people was giving rumors, you know, doing stuff in small cities like that. I love it. But you know, people hate, and the hate can get around the city fast. So it was rumor in the city, Like one of the brothers went to go get their haircuts. He like, niggas was talking about Jeezy only doing a walkthrough in the barbershop, and that's why they wasn't getting the ticket. So we had to like do a social media blast and dispel the rumor. So he addressed it when he got on stage or whatever, and he did a good set. It was, you know, good working with him. You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna say this too, because I feel like a lot of people, again, I feel like we talk about this somewhat every show, but if it's our own throwing something like this, we gotta start going crazy, because y'all pay 100 and up to go to Little Caesars. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And if we got our own really trying to build and start shit up from the bottom, let's make it work. You know what I'm saying? Because again, I know y'all be what they be paying like $150 to go to these other concerts and stuff like that.
Beyonce
but soon
was $180.
Soon as they heard it was
that's B. I mean,
that's light, ain't it?
That's light. I'm about to say that shit light as fuck.
Where's them seats at?
For Beyonce?
For one ticket.
That's cheap.
Yeah. When I went to Miami, her flow seats was for sure $5.
Yeah, I'm about to say Bruno Mars shit was starting at like $2.
And that's what I'm saying. So the tickets was $50.
Yeah, tickets was like
$50.
50 regular, 70 VIP.
But y'all need to understand, like, we make it a club, a party atmosphere as well. Like, it looked like everybody was having fun.
I mean, I haven't got no bad reviews yet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if I do get some, I like to hear the bad reviews, because I could take it and learn from it.
And fix it.
And fix it up. Yeah. So it was dope for sure.
Craig, you got any questions about the show concert?
I think, I mean, did you have like any real interaction? I mean, beyond business with Jeezy, like really get to kick it, like when that process is over, like how
it was real business as usual for him. You could tell that he was, you know, I mean, it was a lot of ripping and running through the show. You know, dealing with the other artists was what I had to deal with.
Yeah, because do they come to you with like demands as far as like what they need?
So Jeezy, he had a he was actually kind of easy. He requested like some bottles, you know what I'm saying? But like when we paid for him, the price that we paid took care of his flights, his room, his transportation. So he was kind of low maintenance in comparison to others that I dealt with. Like,
because you know he probably dealing with janky niggas.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Not
like,
taking care of that.
This recent writer I got for some artists I'm looking at booking, like it was like you could tell they on the come up. It was like, yo, I need 20 lemon pepper wings, some double mint gum, 2 bottles in hand. It's like, all right, bet I'm gonna just stop by the corner store,
right? Pick it up,
take care of you. You know what I'm saying? But then I have others that, like, I've seen writers that requested like a whole hotel floor, like not a room. I need the floor to myself. Like, so you gotta book that. I want to come with a live band, so that's 10 flights, right?
Yeah, so
you know
real writer.
Yeah. Oh, you got a writer, right?
You need an assistant.
That's crazy.
Yeah, like you got a writer. Yeah,
You need an assistant.
Man, you know what? Yes. Yeah. I probably do. It's a lot, but you know what it is? It's hard for me because I don't be trusting people to take care of my stuff the way I know I'm gonna take care of it.
I was about to say, you probably the one that you like having shit done a certain way.
I feel like that's why I haven't moved on where I'm supposed to be, because
I didn't change at the I had on flip flops and a jogging fit at the whole time at the concert until it was time. I was running the whole show. Me and my team. Shout out to PZ. Shout out to Slate, Danny, my dogs. We was running the whole show until it was time to go on. You feel me? So but I like that though.
I was about to say, I actually don't want it no different.
Yeah, I mean, but it has to get different
out of everything.
It has to.
But you got to find the people.
When I first, shout out to Shauna, that's my door girl. When I first started doing my own parties, I used to work my own doors. Now you couldn't pay me to work my own doors. So hopefully in another 5 years from now, the stuff I'm telling you I was doing, I would be saying you can't pay me to deal with that because I have just something in place. So it's just the ebbs and flows. But you got to do it yourself first so you can know how to tell somebody else to do it. So these first between now and the end of January, I got like 3 more concerts because I'm ready to start popping them out now that I got my feet wet. So hopefully, in the next couple of years, I could pass that on to somebody.
So forecast, please get ready.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, we on it.
We on all that.
Yeah, we definitely going.
I was sick I had the biggest attitude ever.
You expressed it for sure.
I'm like, listen.
I had a prior obligation.
Listen.
He was on that.
I'm hip. But listen, so going on, any more questions before we move? Because like I have a great topic to follow this somewhat. Any you say EMU coming up next?
EMU, y'all on the clock, November 30th. We'll
I
be
would like
dropping
to attend
next
that.
week. Come on. Let's
Who
get
coming first of all?
Yeah.
I tell y'all
Like this.
often.
If it's Nicki Minaj, I'll probably blow that motherfucker.
No matter of fact, and January 20th, the U of M, y'all on the clock too. I gotta get the dates.
Okay.
You are them.
Okay, this may sound high
lining them
maintenance
up.
of me. I'm just kidding. But no, if we come, like I want to have the full experience. I want to be in the crowd. I want to be behind stage. I love concerts. That's what I'm
We're gonna do
saying.
shifts.
We could do shifts, okay? Because I love concerts. I like
I
being
love
in the
concerts,
crowd,
I
and
can't
I
be in
want to
the
go.
crowd.
I've
And that's why I
never
was
been
sick.
able
I never
to go
been to
back.
one.
You
You've
haven't.
never been to a concert?
You haven't. You know,
I went to
that's-
the
kidding
first.
me?
I went to the first Cash Money concert, and I was like a young.
I love
You just mean in
Because I-
general, like
Never.
in life?
Never.
And I think it's because when you see concerts, you see like you see how they really care about what they're doing, per se. And then I only went backstage once. That's when I met Lance Gross and I cried in his arms.
I'll
understand
tell
why
you.
you feel
I'm gonna
that
tell
way,
y'all
man.
one interesting thing. The very first concert I ever went to, Chris Brown was opening up for T-Pain, and this was when Chris Brown didn't have a name. Like
He
he
went
came
crazy,
out,
didn't
he had on the hood, the hoodies that zipped up in the front. I think it was a Bape when Bape was like first got hot. So
I
he's
got
he
it.
came out with
Right.
dancers, all that shit. Then he started singing. Nobody knew who the fuck he was. Nobody was like, they was just
Now,
there and down in the
yeah.
hole. They was kind of bobbing their head, but you can tell like, man, we trying to see T-Pain, dog. Get the fuck on. Like,
That's crazy
you
how
know
that
what I'm
go,
saying?
though.
And
That's
it rolled out
crazy.
first.
What I
That-
tell you is though, I went to J. Cole concert. That was the best rap concert I've ever been to in my life. And it shocked me. I ain't gonna lie. Hands down, as far as an individual set with no other people coming out, cause like Jay-Z and Kanye was great, but that's a duo. As far as just one person on the stage with a mic,
J. Cole got it.
hands down.
And I was gonna say that.
I
So,
want to meet J. Cole.
what do you say to the artists? I heard an artist didn't do too well, and we talked about it in previous shows. I feel like a lot of artists need to step up far as performances. Like we had in our time, we had a lot of great performers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's different from going in the studio and recording, but like you have to interact with your crowd and you have to give it your all. I heard Snap Dogg went crazy.
Yeah, shout out to Snap Dogg.
I
He
heard
brought a
Dope
lot of
Boys went
energy.
crazy. I heard Jeezy went crazy.
So I mean, I don't really think so. This is all here.
shout out
right?
LaDonna.
Yeah,
My
shout out
bad.
Lana LaDonna. Yeah. And Hood Pocahontas. They run the showcase. I'm gonna keep rocking with them too.
Mm-hmm.
So I didn't see the performances, right? I was literally busy.
Working.
Only performance I saw was some of Doughboys and Jeezy. So what people were saying, I really don't know. But a couple of things that I can say from working with local artists that I have worked with, and it's crazy to me. A lot of local artists get tired of the hit that put them on.
Yeah, and they don't.
And
That's
they don't-
understandable. That
but
makes sense, though.
But it doesn't.
It don't work.
Dude,
But I understand. I understand it, but it's to the point where they like, I'm not gonna put this in my set, and it's like
You have to.
You have,
and that's what
to.
I'm saying.
That's like T
they-
Grizzly not doing first day out.
I understand. I understand them not wanting to do it because they obviously they've been doing it for a while because that's their hit. But at the same time, like y'all saying, you got to because that's what people are coming out for. They not coming to hear Jacquees' fifth album, fifth song on his. They want to hear what's that shit with Dej Loaf and Yo Jordan.
I
They don't want to hear that. I don't want to hear that shit.
When we
ain't
was
fucking with Babe
talking
track
about
like that.
when we setting it up, and he was like Dope Boys, and I was just like, the first thing I thought of was when the first time they came to Michigan State for our step show, they was doing the songs they like. They wasn't doing our dog hoes. They wasn't doing. They didn't do good as
gotta
they
do them ones.
because they was tired of it. But you
gotta
can't.
do
It's a time and a place where you can't do that. Period.
Yeah.
I get what they thinking though.
Yeah,
You
they
do
just be
want
tired of it,
to
you
because
know?
if you don't get your new shit out, your old
I mean,
shit gonna kind of fade out.
it's
So
cool
I
to
get what they saying as
sprinkle
an
it.
artist, but you gotta keep you
And
gotta
not
give
only
the crowd
that,
what they want.
As an artist, you always feel like you got better.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
if it's something
right,
that you wrote,
right.
if you popped at 16 and you 22 now, you feel like you've gotten so much better. You don't want to do their own music. So that was something, just that like I said, I didn't catch the artist show because I was running it, but that's something that I just know of. That's an issue. That's like, can be an issue with some of the artists.
This is my last question for this because I just thought about it. But did Jeezy and Dope Boys interact?
A little bit. I mean, he shouted him out.
Okay.
He shouted
That's
him out
what's up.
like when he was on the thing and he like got to talking about, you know, him being in Detroit and everybody knowing he fuck with Detroit. He blatantly shouted out Doughboys and dapped him up. You could tell us.
They
you could tell
really
his
fuck
love.
with each other.
Yeah, you could
For
tell.
those, I brought that up because a lot of people thought like, you know, Jeezy ain't fuck with him. Niggas gotta understand it's a business, it's an industry.
Yeah.
I feel he gave it, like, you know what I'm saying? He worked with him.
Yeah. It just is what it is. But yeah, it was all love, man. He was, you know, cool dude and he rocked out, did his thing, hopped on this tour bus and
Cause he was in Detroit.
yeah, he came. Yeah, shout out to Mitch over there at Blue. They booked him over there at Club Blue after the after that. So it was
Shout out to All Star JR. He was in Flint, right?
yeah. All Star JR shot to Flint to do some stuff with T. JR cool dude, man. He been working. Seeing him a lot. Shout out to Good Wealthy. They've been helping him out a lot.
Tell
working
them
with
my
each
school
other.
begging, dog, to come, bro.
You said what?
My school is begging. They love that man, dog. All Star JR.
We got to get you with the. They might be coming soon. I think they're working on something with the school tour now.
So going on, I don't know. It was random. I'm a YouTuber, of course. Speaking on working with friends and family. Soulja Boy owns a Subway in Atlanta. And he has a lot of friends and family that work there and nobody showed up to work. So they had
course
to
not.
close it down. So
For the day or period?
period. So they was calling, complaining, saying that your Subway isn't open. Why? Soulja Boy makes a YouTube or Instagram post going off. How do you guys feel about working with family and friends?
Can I start off?
Go ahead. I don't care who's
Go ahead. We ain't started off with crack at him. Go
Nah,
ahead.
yeah, I can't do it.
At all. That's just I can't do it.
Like, I mean, really, I don't know. Business isn't something that you want to put family because you're always going to be connected with family. Like, even like when there's friends, like you can cut yourself off from a friend. Like, you end up seeing like your cousin or your uncle, your brother, or something at the barbecue, cookout or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't do it me personally. Like I've tried to, like I've attempted it in the
You
past.
got a brother though. Y'all work
I mean,
together?
with my brother is different, especially because
Shout out to Fam.
we ain't never really made no money off of doing like anything. Like
Yeah.
we just kind of like do
The
things
love
like
type shit.
you know what I'm saying? Like, but I would be even scared to like go into business with my brother. Like I care about me and his relationship like too
Right.
much for me to
You took
do
the
something
words right
like
out of my mouth.
do something in business where because things can happen in business and sometimes you know what I'm saying, like it ain't just one person's fault. So when you have that, especially where it's not like just relying on one person and you got a relationship with somebody like that, like you don't want to mix the two. Like at least for me, like I I wouldn't feel comfortable.
Yeah, honestly, you just took all the words right out of my mouth. I do think, in some cases, you know, having a family business isn't bad. You know, if everybody's on the same page as everybody and everybody has the same goal. And if it's like, I want to say like immediate family, just because, you know, y'all can hold each other accountable as far as, you know, so I will say in some cases it works with other type of, you know, with certain business aspects. But like I said, I do agree with you, and like when, you know, shit go bad or cause, you know, it's not going to be all ups. You gonna have to make certain decisions for the better of the business. And if that means letting some people go or promoting somebody or, you know, it's just, it's going to tie into your personal aspect. You never want to necessarily mix, you know, your personal shit with business. Just because it's just, you know, it's just a recipe for failure. Like I said, in some cases it does work. Like I know a lot of chain stores, a lot of gas stations, you know, they keep it in the family, you know, liquor stores, you know, other, you know, places like that. And they thrive.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah,
and it thrive. Even with big businesses, you know, keep it in the family, you know, when you got these corporations, they pass it down from generation to generation. So that's what I mean about it can work, but it is all, like I said, it all depends on, you know, everybody having the same goal.
Bro.
Yeah.
Period.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
sorry.
what I'm
I ain't
saying,
want to
man.
just jump into it,
you
but
good.
just off what you saying, I feel like a lot of people be in their emotions so much. I done work with family, frat brothers, other sorority sisters, and it's just be like me and 50 talk about it all the time. Like it's things that should work that don't work because of egos, because of pride, and because of people want this and people want that, instead of just thinking about the main goal of everybody needs to eat. You know what I'm saying? People don't understand taxes. People don't understand the bills part of it. So go to the concert. A lot of people want discount tickets. A lot of people want to get in for free, but it's just like, can we take care of everything first? You know what I'm saying? The expectations need to change. People got to understand we got to get in our bag first before we can just jump into, you know what I'm saying? So it just be weird. And it's just, I get to the point where it's like, if you don't feel comfortable, we just can't work together. Cause I'm not hard to work with.
Yeah.
And with 50, a lot of people, you know, some people be like, I can't do it. Some people can. And it's just be like, me and him never had no issues. And if we had disagreements or whatever, we can chop it. We can talk about it. And it's just like, we make it work.
Yeah.
There's no emotional, no negative emotional ties to working.
Yeah. Man, I'm torn on it. I've had, like, with my frat brothers, shout out to Aya the Phi Theta,
Oh wow.
in case y'all didn't know. Yeah, my frat brothers, man, that's probably the most struggle I've had with working with people that I'm close with. And it's just because I think that my intentions are misconstrued. Nobody's gonna make any money off of me. You can make some money with me. You can make money with me every day.
Mm-hmm.
Not gonna make money off of me, right? And I think people have a problem with that. I come to the conclusion that, you know, so people be like, oh, 50 just want to make money. Duh. Like, yeah, that's the
goal.
That's the goal.
You should want to make money too.
Like, and it's, you know, and it's like, people don't understand that. So at the same token, you got, it's your job as a business person or anybody. You just got to know your people. You got to know
your personnel.
who you can mess with on, and who you can mess with on what.
Yeah.
Like, what the expectations is. Like, Miles is my guy. I know Miles well enough to where I feel like if somebody told me that he did something, I know him well enough to know if that's in his character or not, to where I could judge whether he did it, whether he didn't do it, or whether that story is skewed or whatever the case. And if you don't know the person well enough to make that judgment, that you shouldn't work with them.
That's a solid statement.
Could you work with your sister?
Yes, because I know who she is. Like, we both have the same work ethic. Like, I can definitely make a bag with her. But in the situation with Soulja Boy, since I had walked out or whatever, did they let him know they were closing the business? Like,
I mean, yeah, they have to let him know, but he's just like, he probably like, what the fuck for? And he just,
yeah,
All
because
these
it's
people hired.
nobody
Like,
opened
nobody
up today, sir.
it's
Like,
torn because, like 50 was saying, like, sometimes I want to, you know, build my family up. You know, I want y'all to come on with me, ride this wave together. But at the same time, it's like, you have to know your family enough to be like, do you know how to do the banking stuff? Do you know how to make, you know, be a manager? It's a lot of things. So you have to know the family before you even work business with them.
it's frustrating too, because it's just like, all right, I'm gonna go, like, since we on topic just with the concert, I feel like when I seen a lot of our frat brothers there, I feel like we could have went crazier. Like, I didn't even know people from different campuses was gonna be there.
Yeah.
So it's
They
just
was all in
like,
Grand Rapids talking about this.
and my thing is like, even with my family, I was upset because it's just like, y'all go to concerts, cop the ticket. You feel me? Like, it's just, I just be feeling like we don't take advantage of our own stuff, and it just be like, that's why I really can't work with mine. You know what I'm saying?
You know, what's
Like,
funny is, like, we don't take advantage, but we will take advantage.
yeah.
Like,
Because I feel like it took advantage that the day of, for sure. Like,
Yeah,
I, I feel like, my bad, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just feel like people be so gung ho on
Man.
support black
Oh my
business, support
God,
black business.
bro.
But then when it comes to black business, you always want a discount. How was that
It's
helping
not- it
the
ain't
black
helping, bro.
business? Like, I don't understand.
Don't
it.
get me wrong. You, like, when you start a business, I'm down for the giveaway, giving away giveaways smartly, planning the right shit. You know what I'm saying?
The only way I expect anything in return, anything from a person is
You gotta
if
bring me people with
it,
the shit.
that too. Like, it's a mutual, like the barter system is mutual.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
that's
saying? If you have a t-shirt company,
Mm-hmm.
and let's say you started your t-shirt company last year, and I've been throwing events for 10 years. If you've never in your life paid to get into one of my events, I'm not saying I want a shirt for free, but I definitely
Well,
want it
that's
at cost. Like, cause people take, that's, as a promoter and as someone that does what I do, like doing clubs and stuff, people don't take it like a real job. They take it for granted. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, where you work? Foot Locker. I can't just walk into your Foot Locker and be like, yo, this is my man's. I'm gonna just grab these shoes real quick and I'm out. You know what I'm saying? But that's the expectation of me. When you outside the club, I'm getting calls like, yo, can you get me in? I'm like, yeah, sure. I won't make any money, but you know, and they think that that's supposed to be cool. Like, and it's not. So
yeah, because I remember that one party it was that pajama party, and one of my stores was like, yeah, 50 tried to charge me full price. And I said, oh, he didn't charge me full price or whatever. And she was like, yeah, and I tried to tell him that I was with you, and it was just like, first of all, I appreciate that he let me come in half price, but me and 50 have done things together. We have that relationship, and he's trying to get this bag. We are trying to get a bag.
And I done got, like, it's so funny, like, because I done got to the position where it'll be like, they go throw me something.
yeah,
They don't even expect to just come in for free. They like, I know Miles trying to get this in. I'm going to do something. So it's just like, it'd be funny when a lot of people be like, Greeks is the worst.
Greeks are the worst.
Let's just keep it real.
Entitlement
like,
is a motherfucker with
y'all
Ain't
are
no
the
Greek
worst.
discount. Like,
Especially grad. Once you graduated, you should be able to pay for whatever, bro. Period. Bro, like, I get some undergrad, but it just be like, man.
I hate that. Is it a Greek discount? Like,
I
did
paid
you
for
become
everything.
Greek so you can get
I
discounts?
don't even like, I pay to go there. Like, especially it just be like, and I ain't gonna lie, I felt like that, bro. Like, I know you was asking me, like, why didn't I come? And I just felt like a lot of people just like, I need to get in for free. I need to get in. And I'm just like, man. And I had people with me, and I'm just like, I'm not about to just be like, let us in for free, bro. And I'm just like, no, let's just go. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I was fried. It was home. Shout out to Homecoming.
Yeah,
Homecoming went crazy.
I should have went.
I had
Homecoming
that
was
once
crazy.
to Kevin, Cash of Everything, because like after I had
Shout out to my dog.
yeah,
bro.
like after I crossed him, he was tight. You know what I'm saying? And I had pulled let me get a free shirt on him. And I was joking. And he was for real about to give me one. And he was
Yeah.
like, but you got to post this. And I had told him straight up, I was like, don't give me no free shirt.
And all right, so now we there with the family and support. They don't even want to post your shit. Like, you could post everybody else stuff, but you can't even post. And I remember I made a post because he made one. He was just like, it's crazy that, remember when Foot Locker had that one shit, like, you know, that
brand ambassador. or
yeah,
something.
everybody reposted it. He like, damn, y'all can't even post my damn shirts.
That shit
Like,
a lot. Be getting scammed for like free flights,
Man.
repost this or
y'all
looking for
y'all
some
be
shit,
so
post
willing
this.
to give everybody else a chance, but your own people.
And I'm going to tell y'all this.
Hey,
Me reposting
let
stuff.
me
I'm
let me
horrible
let me
at that.
speak on
Crack,
that.
I've been listening to your music forever, but go
Listen,
ahead.
I was about to say, like, fam, like, there's been so many times. Like,
Yeah.
I've been rapping for 300 years. You know what I'm saying? So, I'll put up. This is why I don't, like, it take my love out of me for this shit. But I would do this, like, all the time. Is just be consistent, post, I got a show. I got this one person that's in my family who rap. And
Not you, fam.
it's definitely not my bro. But he don't put in what we've been putting in, like, basically. And it's a long span of that. You could put up something one time and everybody will repost and like it, and us, just especially my brother, because my brother is the most consistent. Like, he is consistent. So I'm watching everything he posts. He never has like anything approaching what my man who just puts it up like every once in a while. Like, he doesn't receive that type of support. Like, people like to see like,
The popularity shit is crazy, bro.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? They like to see like your high points, and then like, because that's another thing. Like, when I meet people or when I've had like good things happen, oh, you love it. But when you grinding and you putting like, you just out there trying to get to a certain point, like, people don't really respect that. They just want to see end results. And then once they see end results, they want to jump on like, yo, like, you know what I'm saying? They want to hook up this or that.
Don't nobody want to help you till you don't need their help no more.
Yeah, you know what I'm
I was
saying?
about
Like,
to ask
that's
you,
when people wanna
50,
help.
like how do you feel about the, we know who the popular ones is.
Right.
Some people got the talent, some people just got the popularity. Like, of course we're going to use it because it's just like they're popular. They go bring the people.
Yeah.
But where does it kind of change towards the people that got the talent that's not getting it over the popular people?
So shout out to Crowd Freak. I'm not sure if y'all hip. So I'm doing another showcase I did a showcase.
Yeah, the
for
showcase
the show
was straight too.
That it was more than straight. I was very shocked. Like we had about
There was some talent in
40
there for sure.
people that auditioned, that basically showcased to open up for Jeezy. And it was so tight that we actually put two. I was supposed to pick one, and Lana LaDonna and Hood Pocahontas, two ladies actually
Snap.
in the showcase. But it opened me up. Like, man, it's a lot of dope artists in the city, and it's I'm doing another one. I'm gonna do one for every show that I have.
Big Dog, the big good dude.
From Grand Rapids,
Snap.
yeah, and people came from all
And
over for the
Kalamazoo.
showcase. And
They
Kalamazoo.
snap.
So I'm gonna make that a point, no matter how big the show. I don't, if I get to doing Little Caesars Arena, at one point I always want to kind of keep that. And work with Crowd Freak. He did an awesome job, and he has a great platform. If y'all not hip, if you an up and coming artist, you definitely need to tap in with him because he have a lot of opportunities. But I'm gonna continue to do it because you just giving somebody a shot. You know what I'm saying? And so I feel stuff like that, but artists got to be willing to do that too. Like some artists are just so like I knew artists that got some, a name, so they tell it, but it wasn't a name enough to where they was on the show. Yeah. And I told them like, yo, I got this showcase. Come do it. You got a name, so you'll probably win. Like just, cause you are seasoned and you have you got a catalog. When people hear you go automatically, and they like, nah, man, I ain't at that point. I don't need to do that. Like, I'm popping. Like
They think that they need to get paid to come out.
Maybe not even necessarily asking for payment, but just feels like that they were too good to do the showcase.
Beneath them. Like,
and
Know your worth, y'all.
I can kind of
Please,
understand.
man.
I can kind of understand it, but it's like
You can't. Don't say that, bro. Because
Anybody that's not getting radio play needs to get their mouth voice out.
So this is what I mean by I can understand it. There's nothing wrong with putting your own damn self on the pedestal.
period.
If you feel you're there, then you're there. Who am I to tell you you're not there? But at the same token, don't be mad at me because I don't think you're there
I'm not
too.
even gonna say that. My thing is, you opening up for Jeezy and other acts. So now it's time to think business and it's time to think networking. You don't know who the hell you go to get the plug with or be able to do a song with. You go to the show and kill it. Doughboys will be like, oh shit, I fuck with your shit. Let me do the niche. Niche is there.
Yeah.
Let's do a song together. Jeezy might be like, okay, you know what I'm saying? I see you.
People don't think.
Don't miss your opportunities. All right.
I did that to my Neo before we switched. When it came to doing a fashion show, are they gonna pay me? Girl, I don't care if they're going to pay you $1. You better get your ass out here. You want to be in broadcasting, right? You better get your ass out here and grind.
That's what I'm saying. I don't respect that. So then,
people spoiled. But
that's what I'm saying. It's just
sick right now. But
crazy
we
right
got to
now.
move on. We at 9:44.
Time be flying when we up in this room.
So it's time for Rudeness Reviews.
I got a little bit more than the review. I'm gonna try to
Oh,
kind of get through it. All right. No.
Let's go.
It's good. I'm
No,
just
I'm
saying
here.
because I got tell you about upcoming projects.
All right.
First, I want to knock out the Venom. Did everybody see Venom?
No.
Nah,
not
seen
yet.
it.
I ain't been
I
to the
probably
movie.
ain't
I've
gonna
been-
seen it.
I'm not gonna give
we've been
spoiler.
slacking.
No, get the spoilers.
I'm old. I just wait on it to come on.
Fire
Comcast.
I'll be the same way. I'll be like, yeah.
Or Fire
wait.
Stick.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna give y'all everything, but I just I rate hold on one second. Well, anyways, I think I rated it probably about a 6.5 out of 10.
That's it.
But I'm not. But listen though, I'm
Damn.
not saying that it was a bad movie.
I heard it was
just
trash.
wasn't. It just wasn't good. A 6.
It wasn't good.
A 6.5 is generous for me. Mainly because Tom Hardy is my dog. I fuck with Tom Hardy a long way, but the overall direction of
Bert
the
and
film,
Ernie.
it was the overall direction of the film was just poorly executed, man. Too many plot holes. Now the character between Venom and Tom Hardy, they did their thing. Like the cohesiveness between, their little relationship, that shit was cold. But as far as like the storyline and how technically Venom was supposed to be kind of this evil dude, then at the end he turned out to be good. Now it's kind of like you can't really, like, you're not ever going to relate to him as far as Spider-Man versus Venom, because technically Venom now is a good, it's just, it was a little bit all over the place. I get what they were trying to do, but they didn't do a good enough. Exactly. They didn't do a good enough job as far as relating it to, or kind of relating it to Spider-Man or whatever, because that's where it basically came from.
So, I know you and Slaps had the conversation. So, is there a possibility they're going to tie in or no?
Eventually down the line, yes. Just because it was the #1 movie in the world. It did the best this past weekend, I believe. So just off of the strength, I do think eventually, of course, they'll cross paths. Will it be the same storyline? No. Fuck no. Will it be the same actor? I still don't believe so. But yes, I think that the character did do well enough for them to kind of, exactly.
If Venom do well enough, they'll include him in the MCU.
That's what I'm saying. It did do well enough for them to, include him in the MCU, but it will definitely not be nowhere correlated to this past movie.
Right.
Now, with that being said, that was that review. Big announcement. Disney just dropped the first poster for the live action Aladdin. Aladdin, if y'all didn't know, was top 3 favorite Disney movies of all time. Miles doesn't agree. So that's dropping in May. This upcoming May. I think it's gonna be dope.
3, nah.
My favorite
It's
top. My
Guys,
favorite top 3. I didn't say top 3
We have a troller
ever.
on live.
What Mike want?
It's email.
Oh my God.
He said you don't even wear glasses.
Anyways, yeah. So what's y'all top 3?
What, Disney? We did this.
No. I'm sorry, not y'all top 3. What live action movie do y'all want to see? I know they got the little Dumbo. They did Jungle Book, which I actually think was pretty good. Jungle Book was good. And I'm really excited for this Aladdin and this Lion, exactly, and Lion King upcoming too. So what do y'all want to see coming up? That's not already.
Here's
like
a hot
promotion.
take. I don't want to see nothing live action.
Really?
Yeah,
You don't fuck with it?
Not really.
I mean, I need to be left where it was.
Yeah, dog. Like
right.
I
I'll
don't
be
want to
good.
see Lion
Like,
King again.
yeah, I'll be good.
I think it'll be interesting to see.
This might be.
Yeah, dog. Like I just.
I don't think it's gonna be. Obviously, it's
It
not gonna
can't
be
be
good
trash.
as the animated version, but I think it'll
Yeah,
be
it's not
interesting.
gonna be trash,
see
but
it.
it's just like it's gonna exist for no reason. Like
Chanel is going crazy.
No,
with it.
it's just I'll keep laughing because I know this about to be a reach.
Oh Lord.
But did y'all see how they're trying to have Tina Turner go on like
What?
Broadway? Like what's love got to do with it? Y'all didn't see that?
No.
Okay, never mind.
I
Bypass
heard
me.
about it.
I just think that needs to be
What?
left alone.
Certain stuff.
Oh
just
yeah,
don't
that's
need
what I'm
to be
saying. It's the
touched.
movie. Yeah, it's already a movie.
Classics,
Like,
yeah.
why
I
you
agree.
taking it to the Broadway?
I agree.
Like, I don't know.
I am
man.
excited though, just
101
because Aladdin
Dalmatians
was my-
wasn't that the first live Disney movie?
Technically, yes, that is a great
Damn,
point. I didn't
that
even
is
think
a-
about that
yeah.
shit. You are
I
absolutely.
gotta stop
But
sleeping on.
Actually,
No,
it's been
no.
a lot of
No, it's
live
actually
action
a lot.
Disney movies.
Like,
It's not a.
I'm gonna go out with a reach. I ain't gonna say it.
It's
but
a remake.
y'all know
Like,
what I
it
was a
the
big
same
fan
shit.
of that I
don't
think
know.
it'd be dope if they did it. Gargoyles.
I
think
agree.
that
Dog,
shit
I
would be
miss
live action
fire.
gargoyles. Another
live
somebody mentioned
No,
the
that'd be
Hunchback of
trash.
Notre
That'd be
Dame.
trash live
That
action.
live Mulan. I think they not. I
Oh,
think,
they are
I know
doing
they
it.
are in the process of
Yeah,
making
they
a
do
live
it.
action Mulan.
The Hunchback.
That should be. You remember the story
I
about the
wanna see
Hunchback of
that
Notre
ugly ass
Dame?
nigga.
That shit was good as
Listen,
hell.
I want to see that shit.
I just,
yeah, listen, bro. I just
Who
They need
said that shit?
Look, give me a live action Bebe's Kids. How about that?
Okay.
No, now that's something you don't touch, man.
That would
a
be
classic,
fucking crazy. Oh,
I'll be so mad, bro.
God, dog.
I'll be mad.
The
dog.
animation on that is so horrible, dog.
But it's good. It's like corny.
No, that's my shit. But like when you get older, shit changes.
Of course. I mean,
And you see the
it was made
difference.
like
Oh,
1991.
I
my
had watched
God.
it before I went to this
It's
one part, and
horrible.
I was just like, I really love this movie
That movie
growing
was
up.
funny as
Like,
shit.
Dog, like who? Man, your
yeah.
mama's so stupid. She thought quarterback was a
Refund.
refund.
That shit was good.
Rest in peace, Robert Harris, man. That dog was funny.
Yeah,
for
dog
sure.
was
No,
funny.
Ryan Coogler.
Oh, Black
yeah.
Panther too.
my
Black Panther too. Yeah,
Yes,
he's gonna be
sir.
starting.
I thought y'all was about to bring us
next
Space
year.
Jam.
Since we on the
I ain't about to
topic, what
talk.
y'all think about that?
We
I
talked
don't
about
like
that
LeBron.
too.
Oh, we
Did
didn't talk
anybody
about
see
that?
Uncle Drew? That was,
I did.
I just
Was it
just
good?
watched it with my wife and
Was it
It
dog.
was okay. I liked it.
No, it was a horrible movie, but it's good. It's
for what it is.
No,
It's for the
listen,
kids,
listen.
for sure.
But yeah, that's what I'm
It's for
saying.
what it
Like,
is.
it's good for what it is. Like,
I
but
was-
dog, like they be trying to get way too serious with shit that's not serious, dog. And dog, I wish I could talk about it, bro.
Go ahead.
All right,
All right.
listen.
Yeah.
All right, let's just go in.
Spoiler alert.
Yo, spoiler alert for Uncle Drew.
Should have been out for damn near a year now.
Listen, yo, basically, Uncle Drew fucked Shaq's character's wife before Shaq's character married her like a day before. Like he was grimy,
So,
like
like,
Kyrie
they was
Irving.
beefing
Yeah,
throughout the
like
whole movie.
he was beefed out because he fucked his
Real
wife.
shit?
And
In the kids' movie.
And little real character was like depressed because he had like a bad elementary school experience when he missed the last shot. And he was like really torn up about that shit towards the end. He was like, the game just don't love me. I was like, all right, bro. Like these niggas.
And
get
I
way
agree
too
with Cat
serious.
Williams on that, man. Now from that,
Oh man.
Dog.
That's steep.
Hey, that nigga got like
Shout
the
out to
biggest
Ghostbusters.
head that like his body don't match his
Man.
head, bro.
We
Yeah, I'm
Somebody
just
shout out to
definitely next episode need to unpack Mike Epps' interview.
facts. Mike Epps
I
snap.
don't like Mike.
oh, man.
Gotta see
Look,
He snapped. But I want to talk about. We got 10 minutes, so listen. Teddy Riley today.
That
Snap.
was a good interview.
Missed it.
I ain't get.
He
to, I ain't
talked.
get
He
to
talked
see
better
the whole
than
interview
Keith
yet.
Sweat. You know,
I didn't even know their relationship was that solid. Like him and Keith Sweat made a lot of money together.
Really.
he talks so
I gotta watch
proper.
it.
I don't even know who that is.
Cool.
Teddy Riley.
Teddy Riley.
You don't know who
That's the-
Teddy Riley
Teddy
is?
Riley.
The
I don't know
creator
who
of
that
New
is.
Jack Swing.
Yes, yes, you do know who Teddy
Guy,
Riley.
no.
Guy, Blackstreet.
You know,
Oh yeah,
I
I know who that
like.
is. Yeah.
You know who Teddy
You
Riley.
know,
produced.
you know him.
I
You
probably
don't know
seen him. I probably can't put a face
So,
on it.
basically, the main things I want to talk about was he went into why God broke up. He was basically saying like they had a somewhat beef with New Edition, where it was a fight altercation.
We
Like,
so old, but go
he was
ahead.
just talking about shootouts.
Man.
I didn't know he sold
Oh,
PCP.
He was telling Bobby Brown stories of Bobby Brown doing all the drugs in the world.
Exactly.
You know what? I think I did hear about this. He was saying that how he was trying to talk Bobby Brown out of Marion Whitney.
Yep, he talked about that. He said this ain't it. He was like, that second album was going to be fire.
Because he was all over
He
it.
said Bobby was a sex symbol. He said he did the first joint. And he was like, they killed it. And he was like, even them doing that messed the album sales up. And he was talking
That
about
second
how
album was kinda
you
cold,
getting
like,
married
it
in
was
the
cold.
industry messes for a male messes your record sales up.
Yep.
Yeah.
Especially
Period.
as
Yeah, you got a good
toxic
point.
as their relationship was. as
Especially
well.
and back then, like when
unless
you
you
had
Jay-Z.
to, you had to.
And they said they brought up Jay-Z and Beyonce. He said you can't break that. Like it's Beyonce. They're going to support Jay-Z even more. Like,
yeah, I was about to, we in a different era, like especially
Well,
back
Whitney was
then,
pretty
like
big too.
but they ain't like a lot of people didn't care for Whitney like that.
She
though.
got booed at her one of
No,
their,
they didn't.
a
not
lot
not
of
not by
people
not
Yeah.
by like the hood.
When he
or
first
like,
met her, they was
like,
at an award, and when they said they were giving her nomination, she got booed.
Yeah, they booed her. For
They
that.
didn't like her.
Whitney
Like,
is-
They
Yeah,
said
she was
they-
like she was whitewashed.
They said
like,
she was too whitewashed. No one liked her.
Yeah, that's crazy.
What else he
She's
talk
basically
about?
Black Taylor Swift to
Industry-wise,
like,
he
if you
said,
had
like,
a,
oh my
somebody to
God.
compare it to, like back then.
That's crazy.
And he did say the story about when Bobby Brown, after everybody was going to kill him, he said that wasn't true to the extent. He said, actually, I took him in that day and gave him milk to calm him down because he was so high off PCP and stuff.
The thing that got me the most, bro, is how crazy. Because sometimes y'all defend the industry a lot.
I don't defend the industry.
Y'all do, bro.
No, I don't.
So-
no, I
Go get
defend,
Bobby Brown book, though. I'm not gonna lie.
I defend artists like
He
within
say-
the industry.
After his lawyer, again, they were in a time where hip hop R&B was kind of new. Their manager gave him 10,000 out of 110 million. No, what was it? It was a big number.
When his manager stealing that money from him?
Stealing all that
sold
money
his
from
sold his house to
sold
multiple
his
people.
house,
Yeah.
took all his credit cards.
Left
And
him
I
with
think they gave him like
$20.
$20. He couldn't even get a flight back. It was something. I'm gonna listen to it. And I feel like we gonna probably talk about it next episode. But I'm definitely willing to look at his biopic.
I think if he write a book
Dr.
and
Dre
do it,
taking
yeah.
credit for they one song they did together.
Oh, the
Blackstreet.
yeah, the
He was talking about Aaron Hall, R.
Yeah,
Kelly.
that- Yo,
still in
Drake
they
dropped
sweat
the
like-
verse. Yeah.
That shit still rock.
don't know.
That
So
shit
this,
still
all
rock.
right, so I know I remember that story for sure. So he basically said Dr. Dre hit him up like, I want to be in your video. So he say that Death Row hold him on the track. Like Suge was mad because he ain't signed to Death Row.
Yeah.
So he was like, man, fuck you, Dre. I'm not doing this. He was like, the only way you getting in the video if you do a 16. He was like, Drake did the verse in a day. And I'm like, Dre don't even write. So that shit ain't.
That shit caused some issues with Tupac and all them niggas. I
Yeah,
think
he
there
said
was
he
like
got into
some
it with
back and
Death Row for
forth.
sure,
Yeah, there was
yeah.
some back and forth, like because there was another. I think it was like another song.
He's talking about
that,
he was with Alpo Rich, like he's from Harlem. So he was just talking about a lot of shit.
I'm about to
Like,
go watch it for sure. Watch it
Yeah,
tonight.
Teddy Riley definitely one of the.
That's
He
it.
an
He's
underrated
GOAT.
goat, bro. Like,
Period.
I know we about to run out of time, but if y'all get a chance, watch that Quincy documentary.
Oh, yeah.
That's
I
on
was just seeing that, too.
Netflix. That's a good.
And
Oh, he got one on
documentary.
Netflix?
I would
Yeah.
also
Oh,
like
sounds
to
nice.
see and read.
He's somebody that's also underappreciated.
Yes,
100%.
I would like to read a Taylor Riley book and watch a biopic because I want to see how it was. 'Cause he was slightly talking about his experience with Michael Jackson.
Yeah, he went in
Like
deep.
how,
he
like-
could just call Mike and he there.
Yeah, because I didn't know he wrote.
putting them
Remember the
bangers
Time.
Dog.
And that's the thing.
Teddy
Like
Riley
everything he was saying he did, I'm just like,
I
he
didn't
was
know wrote
going
that.
crazy. And then, so after they stole all the money, he was just like Keith Sweat or somebody like
It
Keith
was
Sweat and
Keith
somebody
Sweat
else.
that called him.
They paid him 15. Then it went to 25. Then the next person gave him
They was
75,000.
flying him out to L.A.
and they was flying him here, flying him there. He was just like, he was just on after the guy situation.
It's dope.
Yeah,
It was a good watch.
All right,
Definitely check
couple
it
minutes,
out.
man. I do want to 50. Shout out to 50 coming out, rocking with us. You know what I'm saying? Definitely appreciate
Shout out to the
that.
Subway
You
cookies.
know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah. Cookies was
Oh
on
yeah,
deck,
definitely
you
shout
know
out.
what
I think
I'm
that
saying?
was the best part of you being here. But no. The insight was definitely dope. Like I know it take. I don't know. Obviously, don't know all the ins and outs, but I could imagine what all it takes to bring artists. Not even just bringing headliners like him, but just putting shit together anyway. Man, a lot of people,
general.
underappreciate that or don't really understand the legwork and the value of shit that goes down. But I know that shit is takes a lot. So definitely shout out to that.
Appreciate you, Doubt.
sir.
Yeah. Shout out to our sponsors too. Go ahead. Y'all got anything?
First of the day, what up? H2E.
H2E, Krispy Kreme.
Krispy Kreme
Yes,
was
sir,
good.
yes,
We
sir.
need more sponsors.
Definitely. Apparel. Shout out to my man Slaps, man. Henny Slaps.
Shout out
Couldn't
to
be
Slap.
here, man.
We just asked
Yeah.
for prayers, y'all.
Yeah, yo, he gonna be back
Miles on
soon. He'll be back soon.
He fired. Fuck that. But no.
That ass got fired.
His first day
Tyrell
back
Kinley, your ass is grass.
is fire. I can't wait for the first day he get back. It's gonna be something.
Oh man.
But
yeah.
appreciate you. 50 bars. You can come back anytime for
Yes,
sure.
sir.
Yeah, it's
Definitely,
on.
most
It's
definitely.
on. It's
Bring more
on.
cookies. Bring more
And-
cookies.
Mikasa,
I gotta switch it up, man. Next time I'm gonna have something
bring some
different.
hen
Fine.
dog.
I was about to say,
It's
hey,
always
bring
gonna
it.
be.
Bottle,
It's
hey.
always gonna be food.
Well, I like hot pickles.
Always gonna be
So
some.
Oh, your pickles and
That's
chili.
the east side for you.
yes, together.
So we go sign out starting with Crack Diesel. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's your boy Crack Diesel signing out. At Crack Diesel on all platforms. Even though I'm hardly there. Hardly there.
50 bars. Go ahead.
Yep. Appreciate y'all rocking with me. Follow me on the gram at 50 bars Eastern U of M. Y'all on deck. Let's get it.
Yeah, I know it's your girl Nelly Nell. See y'all. Well, see and talk to y'all next week.
Yeah,
all right,
we do
y'all.
that.
Rudeness on majority of all platforms, man. Follow me on Instagram. We'll catch y'all next week, same time.
Mad Miles, also known as Fresh Ass Deuce, and this is the forecast. Shout out to Slaps. What's good?
I don't know how the beat go, but
And we might have a special guest next week too, but we'll see you later.
take it easy.
Thank you guys for watching. And always, please follow our sponsors. At First of the Day on Instagram, first-oftheday.com. At One Up Gaming Lab on Instagram, oneupgaminglab.com. And our newest sponsors include Krispy Kreme Clothing, at Krispy Kreme Clothing, at The Krispy Kreme Clothing on Instagram, KrispyKremeClothing.com, and H2E, at H2E Apparel, H2Eapparel.com. And last but not least, @_wristworks. You have to DM them on Instagram for any orders and all inventory. Website coming soon. And also follow our illustrious hosts. Thank you for watching. Like and subscribe at The Forecast Podcast on Instagram, at Young Slaps on Twitter and Instagram, at Fresh Ass Deuce on Instagram, at Rudeness __ on Instagram, at Crack Diesel on Twitter and Instagram, and at Charnel.Marie on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for watching.